Here, I'll take this for you. I like how he's just in the middle of us.
Okay.
That's what he always does. But he usually does on the couch. And that was another thing, like Storm was gonna have his camera. But he usually does on the couch. Is that a test?
Yeah, we're live. Stupid. You want to say anything, Tyler, or are you just gonna sit there looking foolish?
Nah, I didn't know that. I didn't know we were live right now. But welcome on in, everybody. There's probably 0 people here, which is what we expect. But we're currently going to call the rest of the, if you want to call it a game, between the Packers and the Cowboys, as they desperately try to make it seem like they didn't lose by a ton.
Also, if you hear noises outside, it's because we're at Tyler's apartment.
This is true.
As of right now, we are finishing watching the Cowboys and Packers game. How about them Cowboys?
I did just mention that, yes. And you're pulling up the song, right?
Yeah, let me do that. This is going to get this stream probably taken down in 30 seconds, but who cares?
We already played it once this season. After the
I don't know if they were able to hear that, or I don't know how well it played through. Audio was probably so bad they couldn't hear it.
Facts.
Actually, question is, are they even going to be able to do that? I don't know.
A mediocre team and Big D. That's what makes this funny. How about them Cowboys? How about them Cowboys on the way? Somehow, when they count just wait, they will let you down. The accident, they will mess it up. Just wait. The accident, they will let you down. Just wait. The accident, the accident, the accident, waiting to happen. It will happen. Tony Romo throw the football. Know what's coming next. He will get in the way. The deception of success. Tony Romo throw the football. Are you kidding me? That's pride, not a catch. Really? That's funny. Big D, either you. This is what they do. Walking through, we show up on cue. Accident. Something will go wrong. The accident of the big Jumbotron. Accident. I recognize it's a black cat running around that franchise. Say it with accident. They will mess it up. Just wait. The accident. They will let you go. Just wait. The accident. The accident. The accident. Waiting to happen. It will happen. How about them Cowboys?
Oh,
And
good old
we're
Stephen A.
back
Smith.
with 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And we've got a 16-point ball game here. Dallas currently has the ball. And if they stop showing the sidelines of both teams, I will be able to tell you where they have the ball. They have the ball at their own 26-yard line, 27 maybe. And Dak drops back to pass, flushed out to the left, tosses it to Ferguson. Ferguson gets it up to the 36-yard line for a first down. Nice catch and run by Ferguson there. It's got out of bounds with 1:52 remaining. No timeouts either team.
2 good touchdowns by Ferguson late, but this game has not been close at all. Honestly, an embarrassment. I think we can agree on embarrassment.
All right. Dak with 3 wide receivers, a tight end, and Dottle. Flushed out to the right. Throws to Ferguson again. 8-yard gain there. Also out of bounds. Only 5 seconds taken off the clock.
And
Ferguson appears shaken up on the play.
They're keeping him off. I think they're just trying to say, don't injure yourself more.
And also don't waste any time. If you're
he went out of bounds. So.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're going to run another play and you're hurt, you can't have a 10-second runoff. Dak drops the back pass again. Also 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Goes deep. And that was closer to both Packers safeties than it actually was to a receiver.
Galentine.
But Dak gets saved
38 out of 55 passing, 369 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 INTs for Dak on the night with 140 left. Good amount of yards, good amount of TDs with those 2 picks, and 55 passes.
The fact that he's going to throw it 60 times this game
unless something is right here.
It is just, oh my goodness. There's a hole open in the zone. They've got more tight ends in the
middle of the field open.
They faked it to Dottle, throw it to Turpin? Who's that?
I don't know who number 3 is. Is that Brandon Cooks?
Could be Brandon Cooks. That's true. Anyway, Cowboys first down at about the 45 of Dallas. Nope, it's at the... Sorry, my bad. 45 of Green Bay. About the 47.
48, yeah. 49 of Green Bay.
All right. Same formation. It hasn't changed. 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 1 running back. Dak throws over the middle, over to Gallup, and he gets it to about the 27-yard line.
Dak doing well in these hurry-up drives for basically empty calories. Probably going to make this score a lot
29-yard line of the Packers. Drops back to pass. Lobs it up to the corner of the end zone. And closer to being picked, but Lamb almost made an incredible one-handed catch. It falls incomplete with 1:09 remaining. 2nd and 10.
Both, I don't know who that is for in coverage.
Valentine
and Gallup walking back to the line of scrimmage laughing. Lamb almost made an incredible catch.
All right. This time they've got 4 wide receivers. Sorry, nope. They've got
3.
the running back blocking as a tight end. My bad. Okay, well, whoever 86 is caught the ball. I think he's in bounds, so they're gonna have to hurry up with that offense there. Shoemaker. Yep, Shoemaker. Okay, Dak hurrying up his offense again.
51 seconds left. 3rd and 3.
All right. Dak surveys. Bounces around the pocket and takes the sack. One thing he couldn't do besides turn it over.
And it'll be 4th and
9.
6,
I
7,
would
8,
say.
9. With less than 30 seconds left. And this play looks like it's going to be the end of Dallas' season right here. Steps back to pass.
Yep.
Everyone's sitting in coverage.
Lobs it into the end zone.
And basically out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Everybody leaping for it was already out of bounds. 16 seconds. That'll do it for that game.
And Lamb walking back to the sideline looking a bit dejected for how this game went. LaFleur and his assistants hugging it out. Good win for Green Bay and this young team just to get this win. Dallas, another...
First 7 seed to win in postseason. I was right. Because, of course, it's got to be Green Bay. Nothing can beat Vikings suffering, Matt.
Other than Vikings suffering itself.
Correct, but then it compounds with the help of other teams. Because we're not done suffering yet. We have to watch Green Bay win a Super Bowl as the youngest team playing with house money. And we can't even win it with the best wide receiver and one of the best tight ends in football. But then again, we were out all of those injuries, so... Maybe we get a pass this year.
But yeah, that will do it for this game.
State Farm postgame coverage coming up next.
With a word from your sponsor.
Are you feeling blue?
Sadly, we are not sponsored yet, but that would be... I don't know who would want to sponsor us just yet, but man, rough game for the Cowboys, and there's going to be a lot of talks about this game on Monday. Actually, no, probably Tuesday, since Monday, Martin Luther King Day, depending if
there's still 2 playoff games to go on Monday since Buffalo got snowed out. So, still got a lot to go.
But 3 games are set. So far, we have Chiefs, Texans, and Green Bay moving on. Green Bay is officially playing the 49ers next week. It'll just depend on these last few games to see where or when they are playing the 49ers, whether Saturday or Sunday. Going to be interesting. And since Green Bay will be moving on, probably not a lot to talk about for them right now, but going to be a lot of change probably coming this offseason, especially the way that Dallas came out in this game. Just flat, not looking well, not looking prepared. I don't know if Dak had some sort of injury that just isn't known right now, but he said he wasn't going to have 10 picks in the season. He was right. It just took him to the playoffs to get. Well, he's up to 11 now, I believe. So just needed one extra game to get those 10 picks plus.
Yep, and the defense could not stop the run. Big story of the game, Aaron Jones with 3 touchdowns. I don't know how many times they ran it, but I know Jordan Love only passed it 20 times. So
compared to Dak having, I believe, ended up at 60 at the end, or it was 59.
Yeah, 57, 50, something like that. Because he
60 passes, 41
he
of
did
60.
get to 60, okay. All those incompletions.
And Dak had 403 yards, but that did not mean much, especially when they scored 16 in the fourth quarter. 25 in that second half, where that game was pretty much out of hand by halftime. So a lot of changes going to happen. Is Dak Dallas's guy? That question's probably being asked right now as they're walking into the
Is
locker
Mike
room.
McCarthy the guy because he can't get it done in the postseason?
Jerry Jones is probably screaming, screeching, throwing stuff. I'm surprised if he hasn't thrown a beer can at a player or at a fan yet.
He looked pretty quiet during the stream, or during the game, up in his little throne.
Yeah.
Up there.
Dallas ended up with 123 yards passing, but Tony Pollard only 15 carries for 56 yards, only 3.7 per. He has not seemed right all season, and it might just be one of those things where he is not your...
He's got to be the surprise factor back.
He's your home run guy, not your get in the trenches and run 3-4 yards and continue to grind down a defense. Green Bay ended up rushing 33 times for 143 yards. Aaron Jones, 21 carries, 118 yards, 5.6 per carry. So every 2 plays you're running, you're getting the first down in that defense.
And that's how a lot of teams have beaten Dallas in the past. Arizona proved that. First Dallas loss of the season, just running straight at Micah Parsons. And other teams that have beaten Dallas
Miami,
have
Buffalo,
done it by running it down their throats.
And we've seen teams lose against the Cowboys, but still prove that it's effective. Unable to really finish it off, unlike some of these other teams, but to games that were a lot closer than they probably should. And as a Seahawks fan, I'm not sure if I really want Dan Quinn, where running game is already a struggle for us. And same thing for the Cowboys, just cannot stop the run. And we thought originally it was just away games where they were struggling, but now this game, home isn't even secure either for the Cowboys. 16 game straight winning streak at home ended tonight in a playoff game that was supposed to set them up for the playoffs and ride them all the way to the Super Bowl, and that did not happen at all.
As a Vikings fan, I don't like to see success on Green Bay. So, but hey, they've got to face the 49ers next week. So, we'll see if the 49ers continue to own Green Bay. Because it's not like we didn't see this coming. Green Bay owns Dallas. Always has. So, perhaps it's just a thing of who owns who. But, I don't know. Jordan Love and the Packers look pretty healthy. They might be able to just run the table again.
And I know this is not what you wanted in the beginning of the season, but I think Green Bay found the guy. I know how much you hate Green Bay, but...
Because, Green Bay fans, they're spoiled. They can't have a bad quarterback. So.
But for, I think it was, 1.5 to 2 months, 2.5, that Green Bay didn't know who their starting quarterback was for 3 decades. Kind of insane. And honestly, this whole Jordan Love, Aaron Rodgers thing might have worked out. Little shaky. Probably need to get him a primary number 1 weapon. A lot of his weapons are good, but Christian Wood always coming off injuries. And the other guys aren't, like, I wouldn't say pure number one wide receivers, but they're all still pretty good.
I mean, they're really good at getting open.
Yeah, especially against the Cowboys defense. Just, wow. Probably out of the 3 games so far, this is the one that...
is somehow the closest, even though it wasn't the closest.
That's fair, but the least expected.
I called it, so I can't agree with that. But for you, sure.
Well, Dallas was a 7.5 point favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Most people expect. Looking at Vegas, I don't know
There you
who
go.
was favored in the Texans-Browns game, but I would assume the Texans. I need to look back at that. They might have given Cleveland's defense the benefit of the
It
doubt.
probably was not much of a spread if whoever was the favorite.
I don't think anybody expected that game to get that much of a blowout with Joe Flacco turning into a pumpkin at midnight. But Vegas had the Chiefs winning by 4.5, even though that was not close at all. In this game, Dallas 7.5 points. Vegas was not expecting this, and
Nope.
I think everybody at Dallas did not expect this type of performance.
But that's what happens when they play the Packers.
And it's one of those things where you might have expected Green Bay to win just because of Dallas's issues. Aaron Jones had a great night. And okay. Let's get down to the root of the problem real quick. Dak Prescott. You think he can be the franchise guy?
I think he can be. Don't know.
Will he?
I don't know.
Will he be the franchise guy?
I don't know if I mean, how many more pieces do you have to get him, though, is the question.
How many more weapons? How many more...
Is it the protection? Does he need the defense to really step up? I mean, I think he's a situation guy. He's got to have the perfect situation. When the defense doesn't step up, he doesn't do well. So...
Though the Cowboys are one of the most loaded rosters in the NFL.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can say, I don't know if Gilmore was playing. I didn't see him around, but... Especially at the end of the game when we were really watching... Green Bay was mostly just running the ball, so even if he was in, he wouldn't really have been making that many plays. But I know Trayvon Diggs was injured during the year, and that hurt, but that does not stop your run game from being gashed every single play. Or your run defense getting gashed every single play. So, just one of those things of a lot to look at over the offseason.
Their draft should look something like this. Defensive tackle, defensive edge, defensive tackle, defensive edge, defensive tackle.
Probably an O-line in there.
Oh, middle linebacker. Left linebacker.
Yeah.
Right linebacker. If they go all defense this draft, I would not be surprised. And I think most Cowboys fans would probably be happy with that.
I think they might go for some offensive linemen because...
Jack is getting hurt. Or not hurt, but like he's getting blown
Yeah.
up all the time.
And I think it's Zach Martin, who's just had way too many injuries, and you have a lot of, especially on the defensive side of things, where the Cowboys always end up with 3 or 4 injuries that wreck that defense, and it's just never the same. Mike McCarthy. Tyler, I'm just looking at you. You don't have to answer. Just give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. Mike McCarthy, do you think he keeps his job after this offseason? Tyler's saying no. I probably agree with him where I don't know how much talent you need to shove onto a team where just wins enough, and Jerry Jones can't give you any more. It's really just going to depend on how Jerry Jones sees things. Because this was supposed to not really be the challenge for them in the playoffs. It was going to be 49ers, maybe the Eagles, maybe Rams or Detroit if they saw them again. And we saw none of that, and Green Bay was what kicked them out of the playoffs. So a lot of things we are left to see, and now we are waiting for the Rams and Lions game.
And to be clear, we are happy that this is happening to Dallas because we don't like Dallas. But I don't like Green Bay more, so it's hard because I wanted both these teams to lose, as I mentioned in the podcast, and as I will continue to mention until both of them lose, or my ultimatum pick comes to fruition and Green Bay wins the Super Bowl. But yeah, I don't know. One of them's out. That's cool. Now we just gotta hope San Francisco continues their monopoly on Green Bay. San Francisco's coming off a lot of rest. Week off. They have all their skill players that they need. I think they've only lost when they haven't had one of their skill players in for the whole game. So perhaps they'll be able to pull it off. 56-10 is one of the predictions.
What?
Wow. To be clear, one of the expert analyst predictions was that Detroit would win 56-10.
And
which,
right now,
given the history of the game so far, that's not too far fetched. But I don't think I'd be throwing that out there if I'm an expert.
and as of right now, they're saying that the Lions for America's picks is 63% pick the Lions. So,
And they're currently watching Matthew Stafford get his team ready, standing next to the big, the mean, the Aaron Donald, the bane of Matt's existence.
bane of your existence
that man
as well.
right there. Matt has, I guarantee you, Matt has seen 99 in his nightmares at least once in his life.
Specifically, our Saturdays or Sunday nights that we've played the Rams. Well, that's pretty much it.
The Rams, not the Lions.
I said the Rams.
You said the Rams.
No, I said the Rams.
Okay.
I said Saturdays or Sunday nights that we play the Rams.
Gotcha.
I don't know what this man's smoking next to me, but
I don't know. I heard something different. My
but
hearing is not the best.
the Rams are running onto the field right now. Just so you guys know,
This
Tyler
is
will be running or be
Oh, yeah, that's
announcing the Lions offensive plays, while I will be commentating the Rams offensive plays. We may jump in every now or then if one of us needs to leave the room or whatever. But
I will be implementing my own version of Tom Grossi's P for the D throughout the past 2 years. Ever since he's been doing that, I have created my own. It's poop for the scoop. And yes, I've actually caused that to happen once.
out of everything, guys, I might be sending my resignation letter in tonight. This might be it for Vog's podcast. I don't know if I can last 3 hours of this mess.
Nah, I'm kidding. I'm not going to do that because honestly, I want to see this game play out. I don't want to have any effect on it. And I also don't know who I'd be rooting for.
Unless it's like overtime where you have like 5 minutes in between.
True.
Or halftime.
Yeah, I mean, if it's time for the game to end and it's been going for too long, I might be like, okay, yeah, I got to cause somebody to do something. And like if they're backed up on their own 10 or 5, I'll be like, okay, let me poop for the scoop here.
Dude, just stop.
It's exactly what Tom Grossi does, just changing the words.
And if this does end early, it's basically if we're at halftime and it's 21, 28 point game, like some of these other games, yeah, we might just call it. No reason to be up watching a game that's basically over. But we'll let y'all know. But right now it is commercials, so we'll sit back, relax, and once we get to the game, we'll get calling.
And in case you guys didn't know, this game is sponsored and brought to you by Progressive.
It is not. We are not sponsored. Hashtag not sponsored.
No, not us, the game.
Well,
If you can't watch the game, please go to Progressive and see if you can get yourself a deal.
or Hardee's, goodness in the making.
Correct.
And WRL Good Morning News.
With Elizabeth Gardner.
Coverage you can count on. Till Monday. What? How did we get here?
Oh, here comes the game.
Okay. I don't know how we got to That
Matt Stafford versus Jared Goff.
Jared Goff.
Who will win?
And now the Lions are coming out of the locker room in the nice all shiny blue. Jared Goff.
You can definitely tell this is the first time they've hosted a playoff game in a while because it is packed with blue. They've got the lights flickering on and off. They've got the fans with lighters in the stands. They have this place packed to the brim.
Even the
it
boxes
looks great.
Even the boxes are full, you know.
It looks great in there. I will say that is amazing. Good for Detroit. Good for the Lions here. You know, I will say that even though some bad things happen between Detroit and the Vikings at the end of the season, I really do like the Lions. They're the least hated of the division, in my opinion. Nobody likes the Packers. The Bears are just kind of there. But the Lions, you just have always felt bad for them. All the stuff they've been through. The 0-16 season. All that stuff. You just can't help but feel. And we have Chris Collinsworth and whatever the other guy's name is. So, the bright side is we are watching this without volume, so we won't have to hear about him glazing Mahomes. So,
even though Mahomes is not playing tonight,
exactly,
you'll find some way to
put on subtitles, but I have to do it on this. Actually,
yeah, probably.
I don't even know how you do that.
Okay, Tyler's going to talk now.
There you go.
Oh, there you go.
Yep, all
that
right.
took me 5 seconds.
That was easy. Yeah. Also, to be
Actually,
fair, we are watching this on ESPN on my new Xbox Series X, and I did just get it recently.
Spectrum.
So, Spectrum. That's right. Yeah. Well, anyway, it is on my Xbox Series X because we just used my controller to get it. So, I have never streamed a game on it yet. So.
Also, if this is behind, we apologize, but there's nothing we can exactly do about it because Tyler does not have cable. So, we might be talking about plays that ESPN has already put on the screen 3 or 4 plays ago, but we apologize if we're behind.
We stream what we can. Yep. We're currently watching an ad about groceries.
Verizon, I believe.
I think it's Netflix.
No.
Yeah, Verizon. It was red. There you go.
Well, there is Netflix a part of it. Okay.
It is Netflix.
Netflix is a part of it.
Yeah. The Scrub Daddy, Don. You can get your essentials for $5 and under at Bath and Body Works, or you can go through Instacart.
That's Lowe's.
At Lowe's. Save money, live better.
Stop. I might just leave my laptop here and just head home.
We're not actually sponsored, so we have to get sponsorships wrong. So that means flipping up the sayings.
Tyler is a future lawyer. I must recommend you do not do that.
Well, we can't...
Slander, defamation, all of that type of mess, man.
Well, it's not slander, defamation. I'm just confused.
No, you're literally watching it and saying incorrect stuff on a streaming service.
Gotcha. Yeah. You
are now a public figure because of this. Of our 12 subscriber YouTube channel.
All right. Game day deals all season long, brought to you by Uber Eats, NFL partner, and there's Chris Sims. And now we're watching Sha'Carri Richardson, some of her highlights.
And probably where's the Olympics this year? Tokyo?
Paris? Yeah.
Oh, Paris.
It's
okay.
Paris. There you go.
I think I'm thinking of the previous Olympics.
That's a nice shot of her in front of the green screen with the Eiffel Tower. That was nice.
That's crazy.
So you can get a free 5G phone on Verizon for NFL. So
a lot of Verizon so far.
All right, we're back with ABC Sports. Just kidding, it's CBS. I'm just messing.
No one's ever going to trust us ever again.
All right. NBC presentation of the National Football League. Here we have a guy with a hat and coat, hoodie, featuring Eminem. Interesting. Hey, it's a Detroit fan.
And all the sad Detroit fans is Matthew
Oh,
Stafford.
they're telling the Matthew Stafford story, showing some of the highlights from his time in Detroit.
I wonder if we'll see the Calvin Johnson catch that wasn't a catch because he put the ball on the ground.
And there's Matthew Stafford tearing it up with the Rams, getting his Super Bowl trophy, holding it up, waving to his family. And there's Jared Goff going down the tunnel alone. The lone wolf. Watched him win. Almost hoisted the Lombardi for Los Angeles, but was sent off back to Detroit. And there's MCDC, the man, the myth, the legend. It's all set to take place at Detroit.
So for the 0 people watching us right now,
Yeah.
if they hadn't watched it, who do you have winning this one? Or how are you feeling right now about this game? Who do you have winning?
What was my pick from earlier this
Who-
week?
For what you're feeling right now, not earlier this week, but right
Oh.
now after the past 3 games, who's winning?
I don't know. Be interesting to see how the Lions' home field advantage is, because that certainly could sway things. But I don't know. I'm still strangely feeling like the Rams can do it. So, it might be the story of Matthew Stafford. Continuing on.
It's really going to come down on how Goff plays. If he can play mistake-free football and get the ball up and down the field
Without Laporta.
yeah.
Because I don't think Laporta's in. I didn't check, but
But still, you
I would
have
imagine
Amon-Ra St. Brown. You still have those weapons. You still have the running backs. Not like Laporta was there.
Laporta is active
Laporta?
tonight.
Okay. He's inactive or active?
He's active. He's
Okay.
playing. Yeah.
Well, just because he's active doesn't mean he might be a game time call.
It was 1 hour ago.
Okay. He might be in, but it might just limit his amount of time playing. Might put him on a snap count, but one of those things. Their first playoff home game in a decade, probably their first playoff game in how long? They're pulling out all the stops tonight.
1993, I think.
Really trying to see how the Lions come out and respond tonight. Rams have experience. We're just in the Super Bowl a couple years ago. Matthew Stafford and those guys, they've done this before. Sean McVay gone to the Super Bowl twice, won one. Belichick was the other one. All I have to say about that game. Dan Campbell, first playoff game. Going to really come down to... I think it's really going to come down to the Rams' experience versus Detroit's trickiness. I could see a lot of trick plays coming from Detroit, and we will have Detroit getting the ball first as the Rams are set to kick off. And you can see that crowd right now. They are energetic. They are ready to see their team take the field and hopefully take it to the Rams, like they watched Green Bay take to Dallas earlier today.
But they're the home team.
Well, still. Both were underdogs.
What will happen? And
Yeah.
boom! Here we go.
I don't know why I did that. And it will be a touchback, not even a chance for the Detroit Lions. And Tyler, I will let you take it away.
That is a throwback to Vikings legend Paul Allen, who calls the Vikings games. He always does that whenever the kickoff happens. All right. Montgomery will be the back in here. We've got Reynolds in there as one of the receivers. Obviously, you got Amon-Ra St. Brown in there as well. You got Sam Laporta.
Oh, we're
right.
already behind. That's fun.
Goff under center. All right, there's a 10-yard run with Montgomery to start things off. First down, Detroit.
And for the Lions, that's a good start. Just to get to
We got Anthony Fursker and Sam Laporta in currently, or maybe it's Brock Wright, who is 89 or 86. That's in 89. That would be Brock Wright. My mistake. Jameson Williams is now in the game. He goes into motion to the right. Jahmyr Gibbs is the back. Throw, pass, complete to Jameson Williams. Stays on his feet, then stumbles at about the 40-yard line.
Took a little bit of an awkward fall. Good to see him be able to get up there. I don't know if he just stumbled and lost his footing, but he kind of fell back awkwardly, like it's a leg kind of.
Jared Goff is currently second in the league in yards in the NFL.
30 touchdowns and 12 interceptions is not a bad year.
All right, Goff under center. Montgomery is the back. Fake to Montgomery, pitch to Montgomery, and is successful.
And another
About
first down.
5-yard gain there for a first down. They are now doing the introductions to the defensive side for the Rams, and we can only hope that we are not missing any funny player introductions.
Yeah. The one bad thing about muted games, the player introductions are always...
All right, Jared Goff under center again. 2 tight ends set. Montgomery is the back. Takes it. Fakes it to Montgomery. Looks back to pass. Throws a dart over the middle.
Ooh, wow.
Snacked out of the air by Reynolds.
And that was in between 3-4 Rams defenders that were around 5 yards around him in all directions. So, and right now, keeping Stafford on that sideline, keeping this Rams dangerous offense in that pass game on the sideline.
Yeah, threading the needle right to Reynolds. That's a great throw.
And it's good to see Goff come out with his confidence, where you don't want him to be frightful, you don't want him to be timid, you want him coming out throwing, especially with this Dan Campbell.
All right, they are at the 30-yard line. Goff has 2 running backs in the formation. I believe one is Gibbs and one is one of their fullbacks. Handoff. It's Montgomery, my mistake. It's not Gibbs. Montgomery gets about 7 or 8 there. Brings up a second and short. Great blocking by Penei Sewell on the edge there. Point of the attack pushes the edge rusher down so Montgomery can run off tackle. Created a nice hole there. Jared Goff, once again, under center. Montgomery is the back. Brock Wright goes into motion, and they throw a short dump off pass to, can't see his number, to Amon-Ra St. Brown for a first down of about 4 yards.
Okay, Laporta gets the next catch up here. So he's in. And Amon-Ra getting his first team All-Pro selection. Or for that, never mind. That might just be first team All-Pro.
All right. 1st and 10 at the Rams 17, it appears. Jared Goff takes the handoff. Throws it left to, I believe that's
Laporta.
That's Laporta, yep.
And Sean McVay versus that, before that first down play, he's looking a little stressed. His defense is getting marched on down the field by the player he got rid of for Stafford. So right now, we're probably a little worried that the guy who he shipped off, who he didn't want, is now torching his defense right now. And Jared Goff is coming out throwing. He is coming out aggressive.
Yep. All right. We've got a second and what looks like 2 or 3 here. 2nd and 2. Fake to Montgomery. Throws over the middle. Caught by Reynolds. Gets it down to about the 1 yard line. 1.5 maybe. 1st and goal, Detroit. They're knocking on the door. Jared Goff has been very quick and efficient getting the ball out. Not really seeing any pressure from the Rams. Peoples-Jones is in the game as one of the receivers. Laporta's in there as well.
Goff 5 for 5
Montgomery is the back.
so far.
St. Brown goes into motion. Out to the right. Handoff. Montgomery.
Ooh, wow.
Stopped right at the line. He's inches
That's
away from a
really
touchdown.
close.
inches. It's going to be first and inches coming, or second and inches coming up.
And he had a good head of steam.
Looks like he was met hard by Aaron Donald. We'll check the replay if they provide us one. But it'll look like he got a first hole in there, and Aaron Donald stopped him. All right. Jared Goff once again takes the handoff. Montgomery, touchdown. David Montgomery for the 1-yard touchdown.
In a drive that took up 5.5 minutes already.
It didn't feel that
yards.
long. Felt like that was about 2 minutes.
And that was efficient for a Lions team that many thought were stumbling into the playoffs after a strong start.
There was no bad play.
No.
There was no incompletion. There was no rush for only a few yards, unless it was for a first down.
Yeah. Other than that first and
goal got you to the doorstep. So, yeah.
But this was... I'd love to hear this game right now because Detroit is probably rocking right now after that touchdown. Wasn't like a huge play or a huge defensive play, but still a lead in a playoff game. Mm-hmm. Great way to start for the Lions.
And to come out that dominant against that defense.
Because I think it was Jared Goff was 5 of 5 for 51 yards on that drive.
Yeah.
And right now we are in commercial break, so once it gets out of commercial break, we will see Matthew Stafford for the first time in these playoffs and see if Sean McVay and the Rams are ready to respond to that impressive Detroit Lions drive.
My voice will get a break unless Matt wants me to continue commentating, but honestly, I think I could use the break. So Matt will be commentating the Rams offense. I will make reactions as I deem fit, as Matt did. So, but I expect him to also call out who's getting the ball, who's going into motion, things of that nature. That I don't know, because I mean the reason why we decided who got it was also obviously we did it because Matt wanted to do a coin flip, but I figured it would be best because each of us knows our division rival better than the other. I would assume, as far as anyone who could touch the ball.
And I think especially what was impressive with that first drive is that I didn't really see any trickery. It was mostly just hard-nosed football and moving down the field efficiently. No trick plays, nothing to fool
letting Jared Goff survey the field, threading the needle. I mean, he was making great plays in the football field. Like, it wasn't, just great decision-making by Jared Goff. And deciding to run for it when they should. When it's second and short, they run the ball. They pick up the first. It's exactly what should happen.
And I think Dan Campbell and this Lions team are coming to this game saying, we don't need to trick you. We'll be aggressive. But
first time since 1993, back when it was the Central Division. It was the last time they were in the championship and hosted, I believe, the playoff game was also that last time.
Right now, they're showing the owner, now the crowd, as the Lions get ready for kickoff. And here we go with the kickoff.
Kick.
Boom. And
all right.
The Lions they'll be going for a touchback, and here comes Detroit. Not Detroit. I saw Matthew Stafford, and I thought Detroit.
We're going to get confused a lot tonight.
Yeah.
It's good.
Rams coming out, starting at the 25 for their first drive. Going in the huddle is probably loud in there right now.
I said Stafford for Goff's first throw, so I mean you're good, man.
We'll probably be doing that all night.
Yep.
Stafford back in or not? What am I saying, man?
Under center.
Under center, handing it off to, I believe, Kyren Williams. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Do not know this Rams roster as I usually do. Did not really watch those Seahawks games. After a while, you get tired of getting destroyed.
That's fair.
Only a couple yards on that. Probably 2nd and 5 to start. But a decent gain to start the drive.
And Matthew Stafford's numbers for being injured for part of the season is also nothing to sneeze at. 24-11 ratio there.
Was he hurt?
Yeah,
that was last
he
season.
was out a couple. He was out a couple games this year. That wouldn't hurt for like an extended period. He missed a couple games.
Yeah. Well, Matthew Stafford back to pass, and number 17, I think that's Nakua, for 4 yards down to the 34. Will be 3rd and 1. Right now they are huddled in a group. It looks, I don't know I don't know how to describe this. They're all like bunched over each other. It is interesting.
Just say they're in the huddle.
That wasn't even a huddle. They're
huddling over, secretly plotting how they're going to bite kneecaps.
Stafford under center, back to pass, and incomplete. This might be a flag. Yep,
That should be defensive holding on Branch. At least I think that's Branch.
Pass interference or defensive holding.
No, but I don't see the green pacifier on his helmet, so I don't know.
But Nakua basically got
draped over,
fell over, and it'll be pass interference on the defense that will give
Craig Rolstad, as the
down.
10th season as the NFL referee, is calling the game today.
Calling the game today.
Well, not calling the game. He's
refereeing the
game.
Refereeing the game.
Yeah. So.
And it was Brian Branch.
It was Brian Branch.
And
I was right. You couldn't see because the green pacifier thing he's on.
Like
the
on the
other
back
side.
of his head.
Yeah, I just like to call it a green pacifier because why not?
All right, Stafford under center, and they are adjusting some of the protection. Probably going to be a run play. And
fakes the
handoff, back to pass,
Dumps
and it'll
it
go to
Kyren
Kyren Williams, and he will go for about 9 yards.
Nice stiff
into
arm pick up
the
the
Lions
extra
territory.
yard or two there.
And right now, both offenses are basically walking down the field with little to no issues.
And now we have player introductions, which we can only hope we're not missing anything funny.
We will say that joke one more time tonight.
Yeah, because at some point we will see the Detroit defense. Oh, we got some sunglasses by that guy. That was pretty cool.
I think that was one of the linemen. Stafford under center again.
2nd and 1.
Motion from Nakua.
He goes back to his original spot.
If they ever snap this
Motions
ball.
Cooper.
And Kyren Williams gets the first down for
And
about
more.
6 yards.
All right. They've crossed midfield. They're at about the 46, from what I can tell.
Right now they're saying first player in NFL history to finish top 3 in rushing yards after missing 5+ games. He has had one heck of a year for missing quite a bit of the season. And is Kyren Williams a rookie?
I'm not sure. He's definitely a young player.
Actually, no. I think I'm not sure.
I'm not sure if he's a rookie, though. He might be 2nd or 3rd year.
Though it's also, they've been, who was the guy they go? All right, never mind. Matthew Stafford under pressure.
Is that Higbee?
Can I see the back of your jersey,
Doesn't
please?
look like Higbee. Number 87 for the Rams.
I'm just gonna pull up this roster.
Let's see the replay here.
And Sutton
Nice
was
sidearm
really
throw.
close to getting him.
Nice sidearm throw by Stafford, who did it before Mahomes ever did. That is Allen. The tight end Allen there. Okay. 6-yard gain. So
Stafford under center. Fake the handoff, and we'll be throwing a screen pass to Nakua, and
picks up the yardage. He's going
down to the 20, down to the 15, and that will get them into the red zone.
Yep, about
Right
16-yard line out of bounds.
Right now, neither defense really doing anything, which that might be what the Lions want to do. They want to make this a shootout. They want to make this a track race where they want to see if the Rams can hold up. But at some point, you got to get a stop if you are this Lions defense. You cannot trust your offense, especially if you're a Goff or when he's had turnover issues, it's bad. And
Yep.
Matthew Stafford already in shotgun or under center again.
He's 4 for 4 for 40
and
yards.
They might be having to waste a timeout here. He motions. Nope, they get the playoff, and it'll be a handoff to
Kyron Williams picks out about 3 or 4.
And
Little hand fighting going
Yeah.
on there. Brian Branch getting on top of somebody.
I think that was actually somebody else. I think Branch was doing the tackle. I think somebody else.
There is a
Oh,
flag.
there's going to
on
be a
the
flag.
play.
This is probably going to be unnecessary roughness on Detroit. There was a guy who threw one of the Rams players off of a guy, and that will probably give the Rams another first down.
Personal foul.
Unnecessary roughness, on,
on
defense.
Yep.
And it was
It's not
Joseph,
Brian Branch. It was
number
Joseph.
31.
Yep. Kirby Joseph. Terrible player. In the sense that he's dirty. He's the one who took out Hawkinson, so I can make that about
But yeah,
him.
Joseph basically rips a guy off of, I believe, one of the
Skronik,
D linemen.
yep. Nah, Skronik's a receiver. He's usually the return guy. Or one of their gunners. Yep.
Well, no, I meant like
didn't know.
he
I
rips
knew-
him off of a D lineman.
Oh, I thought you meant like he plays D-line. I'm like, no, he doesn't.
And they are inside the 10, down to the 6. Stafford under center or shotgun.
Lobs
and
it up.
lobs it
Cooper
up.
Kupp misses
cannot
the one-hand catch.
find
Just
it.
out of his reach.
Kupp just was not able to locate that ball and get to it. Not even that great of coverage, just a bit of a miscommunication with Stafford. And it'll be 2nd and goal with 4:39 left. And the Rams offense is the only team without a turnover in the red zone this season, which
Did
that's,
you just jinx them? Do
hopefully
we
yes,
have the announcer
please,
curse?
Please.
That would be one thing
I will
too.
say that for every red zone possession tonight.
To hopefully jinx them. Well,
And
hey, you're calling the Rams
Stafford-
offense, so you get the freedom to do
Fair. Stafford under shotgun again with Kyron Williams behind him. He will take the pass. Ooh,
that.
almost
threw a
picked off.
dangerous pick to Anzalone.
And
Anzalone tried to get a mid up there, but it was too high for everybody, so lobs it over.
Stafford took a hit after, but there is no roughing the passer, which is surprising.
Good decision by Stafford. Good coverage backfield, and pressure was getting to him, so he made a good decision throwing it away. Could have gotten some more height on that ball to make sure it flew over everyone's head, but
But I think at that point he was just trying to get it out of there. Hutchinson was
Overall.
applying the pressure.
yep.
But number 34 for the Lions was almost able to make that play. Stafford
Alex Anzalone.
Stafford under shotgun. Cup in motion. Take
Heavy
pass.
pressure, tip pass,
Almost picked off.
Almost picked off, dropped at the line at the
Dropped like a yard in front of 2 Lion defenders. If they could have gotten that ball, that would
They
have been a
are
great
marching
stop.
their offense off the field. They appear to be going for a field goal.
And that is a great stop by this Detroit defense where the Rams had been marching down the field with little to no issue. And to be able to get out of this drive with just a field goal is a great start for this game.
That's
start
what
7-3.
the Vikings defense was supposed to be last year under Ed Donatel. Instead, it became the 31st ranked defense because he played a bend, don't break. That's exactly what Detroit just did right now.
And to take the kick, and it is good. It will be 7-3. Detroit still on top with 4:26 left in the first. Decent drive to move down the field for the Rams, helped out by the pass interference, which that was a pass interference play.
And unnecessary roughness.
And unnecessary roughness, but neither penalty able to get them to the end zone. So forced to take the field goal. Good start from Detroit's defense, where as a Seahawks fan, I want Detroit to win this game to just send the Rams home. Also, just a great story with Dan Campbell and this team and
Yeah.
Goff.
I will say, one part of the reason why I picked the Rams, I've been doing it all year. I usually like to pick who I want to lose. So I picked the Rams. Even though, again, the hard times for this season, aside from Detroit and the Vikings, Detroit deserves a win. They deserve some success. So I believe that they should get it. And, I just want to see a good game. Above all else, I want a good game. So we're getting that so far. I'm liking this game.
Yeah.
We're seeing efficient offenses at work. We're seeing a good stop by the defense. There's a lot of effort out in this game. But both teams have come to play. There was some worry that, Detroit would come to play for everything because they kind of kicked Goff out. Whereas Stafford and the Rams might not have been as angry to play because that was a good thing for everybody there. They already got their ring. There's not any revenge going on over there.
But both teams came ready to play, ready to win this game. A little bit of chippiness on the Rams drive, but nothing too serious yet, which is always a good thing. You just want to see him play. You don't want to see... Yes, it's nice with the trash talking, but when it comes to the punches, when it comes to the full-on fights where people get ejected, it's just not good for the game. So seeing a little bit of chippiness, that's okay. You always want that, but so far, a nice clean game, no cheap shots, other than a guy getting thrown to the ground. But that was that wasn't even half a foot to the ground, so whatever. Also, as a Rams player, getting tossed, so
Ooh, Justin Jefferson's in a commercial. I'm instantly invested. It's Destroying's league, where he does the flag. He kind of started that going on YouTube, and now they're making flag football a big thing now. So that's definitely good.
And then we're talking about America's Got Talent Fantasy League.
My Girl is the song currently on.
Oh boy.
Hi, Whitney Houston.
And here we go with the Rams kickoff, and we'll see, and it'll be another touchback. So back to Tyler for the...
And now we have the Lions' playoff woes. On this graphic, we have one playoff win in the last 65 seasons, and that was 1991 versus Dallas, ironically, who also just lost tonight, as we mentioned earlier in the stream. They have 9 straight playoff losses, the longest streak in NFL history.
Could end tonight and beat Miami by the end of the night.
Ford Field's last playoff win was January 5th, 1992, when Dan Campbell was only 15 years old, and there was a picture of him hunting. Great picture there. Then we have Goff under center, fakes it to Jahmyr Gibbs, looks to the right, dumps it off to Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr picks up about 5, keeps going up to about 7-yard gain there.
What?
Oh, sorry, my mistake. That's the line of scrimmage. Wrong line. 7 yards from where he caught the ball, but he only picked up about 2 or 3 there.
But right now, for teams to never play in a Super Bowl, Lions, Browns, Jaguars, Texans, Lions 58, Browns 55. Browns have ended their season as of last night, so we'll see if the Lions can be the one to finally break in.
2nd and 7 for Detroit. Goff under center. Jahmyr Gibbs in the backfield. Drops back, passes, caught by Craig Reynolds again. Or it might not be Josh Reynolds, my bad. Craig is the running back. He gets the first down, but there is a flag.
This is probably going to come back for either pass interference or a pick play on the offense.
Roughing the passer on defense.
That's surprising because Goff got that.
On 31, Hampton, who is a rookie this year.
Yeah, he takes a...
That
was late, I can understand, but that wasn't really anything bad. So, understandable, but...
Needless to say, it is Detroit's ball, 1st and 10 at about the 50-yard line.
So after getting the first down, add on 15, I believe they are they not already in Rams territory?
Looks like they're about the 50, so they could be.
Yep, already inside the 50 at the
47. Yep. Okay, Goff under center. Gibbs is the back. Fakes it to Gibbs. Throws it to Gibbs. Gibbs picks up the first down, keeps going all the way to the 33-yard line.
Several missed tackles on that play, and that's looking like the early sign for the Rams is they are not making the correct tackles they need. Detroit probably stopped for around 7-8 yards, got around 14 on that
and
play.
Here you say on the replay that Aaron Donald gets, rushing in, goes all the way in for the nice pass block, but can't get his mid up high enough to block the pass.
And it's one of those things where I think they are trying to make sure Goff gets that ball out early where that D-line cannot affect this game at all, which so far is working.
Goff under center again. Laporta in motion. Gibbs is the back. Toss to Gibbs. Gibbs cuts it right, picks up about 3 yards there, and there is a flag.
This is probably going to be holding on Detroit. Just usually what happens on these run plays, and nothing extreme looks out of it.
Offsides.
Holding.
Or holding, yeah. Looked like you said offsides for a second. I'm trying to read lips over here. Yep, holding on Ragnow. That'll back him up.
No, I can see the future.
Oh yeah, that's right. You got the laptop up.
Yeah.
You can see what happens. It looked like he said offside. It's very funny. So
Laporta being shown with his knee.
first and 20 at the 46, 47 yard line, maybe.
Yes, well, okay.
Goff motions Amon-Ra St. Brown. Gibbs runs to the right.
Deep
Taking
pass.
a deep shot for Reynolds again, all the way to the 10-yard line. First and goal, Detroit.
And right now
Reynolds has been the
hitting
go-to
Reynolds.
weapon. Josh Reynolds, I believe their second or third string receiver, is having himself a day. All right.
And right now, Goff is dealing and wheeling right now. He looks confident back there.
All right. Goff under center with Gibbs to his left. Motions Laporta. Hands it to Gibbs. Gibbs right up the middle.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Almost untouched into the end zone.
He
Touchdown
carries one of
Detroit. Jameer Gibbs.
He carries one of the last guys in, and it's just...
Two rushing touchdowns for Detroit to start the game, one by each of their lead backs.
And right now, Detroit has, I wouldn't say taken over this game, because still a lot of the time left. Actually,
We've only seen
only
three total possessions.
and we're already only 1:31 left in the first quarter. They are making sure, keep Stafford on the sidelines, keep being efficient on offense. Goff hasn't thrown an incompletion yet, man. It's been 2 drives already and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, Stafford. I believe Stafford's only incompletion was the, or no, he threw 2. One to Cooper Kupp, missed the overthrow him, and then the incompletion over everybody's head. So yeah.
And right now, McVay is starting to look a little worried. Right now, this is not what his team needed to respond after going down 7-3 already, and now bigger hole where it has not looked like this team can stop.
Mm-mm.
And here's the thing, that roughing the passer wasn't even on a stop. That was already with a first down, just tack on 15
Yeah.
more.
It's a bad thing when the penalties are adding on to already letting up the first down. It's a different. I mean, that makes it a little less hurtful because I mean, if you stop them and then you give up the penalty, that makes all your work for nothing. But
it's also,
makes
they're
it that
getting
much,
it
that much
without
more
an
dangerous. The yardage, yeah, it makes the yardage that much more dangerous though when you're already giving up that much yardage.
Because the 2 penalties on Detroit's, or the Rams drive, it was, third down for that pass interference where you got to stop.
I would say those are more crucial because you got the stop, but you let them keep back in the game.
But it also shows you can get a stop.
Mm-hmm.
If you clean up the penalties, because I don't think Branch needed to interfere with him. I think Branch could have held up with him and with Nakua and just played the ball. But right now, yeah, we're only 3 drives in, but Detroit has come out fighting, and if there were people wondering if Campbell should keep his ball, yes, we have a lot of game to go, still 3 full quarters left, but this team is ready to play, and that's better than some other teams that we've seen so far in these playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys.
Dolphins weren't ready. Cowboys weren't ready. Browns weren't ready.
Browns were, they just kind of fell apart. That first quarter was close, and then it just fell apart from there.
Right.
And other than that one touchdown last night with Tyreek Hill, that was basically it for the Dolphins.
Mm-hmm. That was early on too. They just didn't get anything else.
But it was already 10-0 before that touchdown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but 10-7 is not too far away. We're watching an ad for Law and Order currently. Looks interesting.
Law and Order Thursday.
Thursday at 8.
And then the Walmart 4K Skycam was showing a truck going across a bridge.
There you go.
Wow.
That delivery is going to be on time. Good job, Walmart.
And Aaron Donald going up and down the sideline trying to energize his troops, clapping people or high-fiving people, even though I don't know why they should be
Telling his
high-fiving.
teammate, he's telling them to step up. We got this, man. We've been in holes before. That's exactly what he's doing. Haven't played football myself. I know all about it.
And the Rams will take this from the 2.
And there's Skronek, the guy you were talking about earlier. No, it's not. Never mind. Different guy.
I believe starting around the...
Rams have a lot of guys that look like
26.
each other.
Ooh, this might be an
Oh,
interesting
here, the last round of player introductions.
I hope we're not missing anything funny.
Will we see another guy with sunglasses?
Ooh, we
There's
got
a nice beanie.
Yeah, that's a nice beanie.
There's Alex Anzalone. Yeah. I don't like Kirby Joseph. Sorry, I don't like him. Don't like the guy. Am I still probably harboring a little too much for TJ Hawkinson? Yeah.
And Stafford under shotgun with Kyron Williams behind him, and he slips and falls on the field down at the 18-yard line.
Aiden Hutchinson is kind of holding his arms out like, I'm half celebrating, half like, does that count for my sack?
Do I get a sack out of that? Like, he steps back and just trips over Kyron Williams, I believe.
Kyron Williams drops him up. Usually I'm used to our right guard,
no,
Ed Ingram,
he just
tripping up Kirk
stumbles over
Cousins.
himself. Kyron Williams was like a yard or two next to him, and that...
Yeah, that was a bad angle. He did trip over himself. 2nd and 19, 9-yard loss by yourself.
And back in shotgun, hands
off
it
to
up
Kyron
the middle,
Williams.
and only 3 yards. It'll be 3rd and 16. A big third down play early in this game with only 40 seconds left in the first quarter.
You gotta think they're airing it out here.
You do not want to give this Detroit team not only the ball back, but on a shorter field.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you'd call on 3rd and 16, but it has to be something good here.
I think you got to lob it up to one of your playmakers. You got to lob it up to Cooper Kupp. You got to lob it up to Nakua. Somebody's got to get downfield.
3rd and 16 under shotgun. Stafford is waiting for the snap with 8 seconds left.
Williams gets under guard.
Stafford takes it, throws it down the field, and it will be caught. 15.
Is that Robinson?
Robinson gets it.
Yeah.
It'll be first down at the end of the first quarter. Rams still have a lot of way to go to get a touchdown this drive, but that was something very much needed on a 3rd and 16 that I don't want to say was crucial and needed and game losing.
Right.
But
we're seeing some mistakes by the Rams. They're not too costly, but they can add up. So definitely something to talk about at halftime. And we're seeing the Lions' ability to make some plays on defense throughout this game, but the Rams are able to overcome some of them, it looks like. So whether it be through penalties or through the great play of Stafford on that play, but now we're looking at Applebee's. It's a miracle how they can make food look so good.
And then so horrible when you eat there.
Now who's the one who's defaming people?
That's just my opinion on their food.
And now we're seeing Pfizer. Travis
Pax
Kelce's
Logan.
own ad. But
No,
except this one doesn't have Travis
COVID-19.
Kelce on it.
Oh, now we're talking about if it's COVID, Paxlovid must be taken within 9 days.
If you have asthma, you might not want to take this. And it helps stop the virus from multiplying. And it can help you organize your pencils in a cup.
I hope nobody's watching this mess.
I just call what I see. This will be really interesting to listen to at some point. Do you think this becomes an ASMR video? Two dumbasses on the street. I can say that. That's YouTube worthy. Tom Rossi says that. We're good.
Let's get advertisers first. Too late now, but
We are now seeing an iPhone, and the outlet is singing because he misses the charger. He's looking at the phone provocatively, and is singing about how he misses him.
also just give that like 5 months and that battery will be crap by then.
Yeah. Now the other outlet has joined him. Says long battery life. The guy
We're
left the
looking at
room.
a NBC original on Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Chicago Fire.
One Chicago returns. Chicago Wednesday. Medfire PD.
Okay,
NBC
so it's partially
streaming on
correct.
Peacock.
Peacock. And we were coming to the start of the second quarter. Stafford in the huddle.
Great teeth. They gave a close-up of his teeth, for those who don't know.
Stafford under center. Kyron Williams in the backfield. Pointing out some of the protection. Maybe audibling.
Kyron
Runs up
Williams
the middle
stopped
Kyron
for a
Williams,
loss.
Stop for a loss of 1 to 2 yards.
They were ready for that run play.
Whatever he did beforehand, that did not work, and we are getting shown the last play of that quarter. Did he hold on to this ball?
He held on.
But
he keeps it with his body.
And Stafford,
rough shot by 54.
Stafford hits his hand on.
Ooh.
Stafford hit his hand on one of the Lions' helmets when he was throwing that previous pass.
His throwing hand got some blood. Higbee in motion. Sorry for the current play.
That's almost kind of.
Cooper Kupp also goes in motion.
A bit of karma. We'll talk about that after this play, but they get a pass for
Nakua.
10 to
I think that'd be
9
9
to 10
yards.
yards.
Probably gonna be a 3rd and 2.
But kind of karma for Matthew Stafford because for the past couple of seasons, Geno Smith and Russell Wilson hurt their hands hitting Aaron Donald's helmet. So a little bit of karma in the universe there, but Matthew Stafford still throwing a good ball even though his hands.
Would it be karma if it was Aaron Donald's hand?
Well, no, but quarterback versus quarterbacks
I
the same team.
Yeah.
Not really for
He's
Stafford.
He's 6 of 9 for 69 yards. Gotta love that.
And Stafford is in shotgun. No one in the backfield except him. Going back to pass. And
lobs it deep to the left for Nakua. Wide open. Got a step. Jukes the defender. Touchdown Nakua.
Bad tackling from
great play there.
Detroit there.
Nakua tearing it up in the playoffs.
And did not take long for the Rams to respond after that.
3 minutes, 6 plays, 72 yards. Yeah, Nakua, you see him lined up in the slot, motions out at the last second, goes out to the far left of the formation,
and just gets
beats what's his name, Sutton, and then just jukes out whichever safety came over from the top. It might have been Branch.
Was that Branch back there? Which had already been hit.
No, it was not Branch. It was Gardner Johnson, I think.
So.
Anyway, we have.
We'll have a game again.
Quigley? What's his name? Whatever his name. Anyway, it's a 14-10 ball game. 1-score game. It's not Quigley. I don't know what his name is. It used to be Gay, but I don't think that's him.
Maher.
Okay. I think because did Gay get injured or did he get cut?
Something happened with all of that.
So Nakua's fired up at the end of that play. And now we're back to commercial breaks. We're looking at Chevy Silverado hauling a trailer there.
This is just about to come advertisement podcast.
They're going. He's going 65 miles per hour. I don't know what he thinks he's doing. That's over the speed limit in most places.
Well, it is on a back road.
Hey, the speed limit says something. The speed limit says something, man. Oh, he's taking his helmet off. Oh my god. Ugh. I don't know if I like this, man. This is teaching you to be unsafe.
This is
speeding.
Being provocative.
You're taking your helmet off. Driving at night.
Oh, now we're talking about alcohol.
Right after a driving ad? This is insane. They're basically promoting drunk driving.
Oh, nobody ever listens to this fast, man. Please drink responsibly, though.
Please do. If you're gonna drink at home. Don't drive. Get someone who you know to drive who hasn't been drinking, or call yourself an Uber, or anything similar to an Uber type business that is respected and trusted. Definitely do not want to have you be another statistic.
Yeah.
Or somebody else to be another statistic. That is definitely not what we want here.
Get a designated driver, get an Uber, get a taxi if you're in New York, because nowhere else got a taxi anymore.
Or get a bus. If you're in an area where there's buses, do that too.
But probably have a friend with you just to be safe. Never know what's out here anymore.
Or if you're in the NFL, call your private jet.
Yeah, just make sure, what's his name is not on it?
I'm not going there. I'm just being quiet now. Okay, well, if you take Veoza, increased liver blood could occur, so you may want to watch your side effects for this.
Call your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, yellowing of the
diarrhea, back pain, or vomiting.
Veoza tablets, 45 milligrams.
All right, now they're showing a comparison between Matthew Stafford, 2009 first overall pick, and Jared Goff was 2016 first overall pick. They're showing how long each were with the other teams. Both obviously traded in the year 2020 because they were involved in the same trade.
That's kind of crazy.
And now they're on the either respective team. Jared Goff's got his helmet on. Matthew Stafford's got his cap on. Because the Lions are about ready to take the field after this kickoff goes for a touchback. And now we're looking at a little house graphic here. So we're looking at 2021. Stafford goes to the Rams, and Goff and a bunch of picks go to the Lions. Then you see all the people who the picks are and are on the top of the U-Haul trucks. And you got a great amount of people from those picks when you're looking at basically a whole roster for Stafford.
Jameer Gibbs, Jamison Williams, and
yep. Montgomery gets the ball for about 12-yard gain there, out to the 36 or 37-yard line, depending on where they mark him.
But
great run-up play off of the B gap right there, right between the center and the guard. Or sorry, I guess that'd be A gap. My bad. Thought it was B gap for a second. It looked a little wider, but the center moved. So.
It was a big hole.
All right, handoff again, and I believe that's Montgomery. Can't tell by the pile, but it's only about a 4-yard gain there, and it is Montgomery, and he got about 4 there, I believe.
5.
Got 5.
But right
again,
now,
Matt has statistics in front of him. I do not, so I'm going based off of my visual.
I was also going out the screen saying second and 5, but...
Well, I thought it was like your laptop.
I'm saying.
So, anyway. Yeah, like I was like, you have that. I'm not looking at that. I can't see it. So, Jared Goff motioning, calling out the plays, audible. Takes the handoff, drops back to pass, throws it over to the left side of the field. An amazing grab, it looks like, by Jamison Williams.
Jamison Williams telling that quarterback to get off of me.
I hope they show the replay of that, because that is one tough low grab with a defender draped over him, trying to fight for the ball at the end of it, but is able to hold on. That is a terrific catch by Jamison Williams.
Goff, 10 of 10, 124.
All right, Goff, empty formation.
And
to the left,
away.
throws it in front of St. Brown. Not catchable, 2nd and 10.
They actually got some pressure that time, so that was just a good throw by Goff. Live another down, don't take a sack.
Yep.
Don't be like Stafford and fumble over yourself. Fumbling and stumbling and...
The Rams' D-line is pumped up. Aaron Donald's words must have gotten to them.
Finally getting some pressure where we haven't seen that.
Kobe Turner,
all night so
a
far.
rookie we're looking at now. All right. Jared Goff with the back to his left. Looks like Montgomery. Motioning in Laporta. It is indeed Montgomery, but the pass is to Jamison Williams again, I believe, or it's Reynolds. I can't tell if that's an 8 or a 9 because he's still on the ground. It was Reynolds, actually. Gain of about 4 or 5 there.
They have been going to Reynolds all night so far. Whatever matchup they've found is working. Ooh, Reynolds gets a shoulder to the head.
Nasty hit there, but legal nonetheless.
And just kind of the elbow arm to his head while he was falling down. Hopefully he's okay. That'd be
motioning Laporta. Montgomery to his right. Goff under center, obviously. Throws it left. Caught by St. Brown, who hangs on, shakes the defender, shakes another defender, and gets it down to the 26-yard line.
These Lions wide receivers they came in with some chip on their shoulder. They had something to prove tonight because they are, I don't even know how to swim.
I guess it was Who Ranch Doritos, because that's the blue bag, right?
Whoever got the joystick right now is going off. Because this is Madden type
nice
stuff.
Nice shake off there and the juke. All right, Goff under center again, dumps it off to Gibbs, who makes a great lunging catch. Keeps his feet, keeps going to the 11, maybe the 10-yard line, depends on where they mark him. He's probably going to be a little bit short, so we're going to be probably at the 11-yard line.
And Jared Goff, like, almost overthrew that pass. He was
But that
having
is a
him
great
stretch
play by
out.
Gibbs. Amazing play by Jahmyr Gibbs to get to that ball.
He
And
almost
then not only that,
stumbles.
but you got a defender keep his feet after getting hit by another and just continuing to plow forward. That is just... To get that out of your elusive change of pace backs is just such a blessing. Montgomery is your punch-in guy. Speaking of Montgomery, he is in the back, about 5 yards back of Stafford.
Offsides
But looks like they got
on
offsides
the
on Aaron
Rams.
Donald. Unless it was a false start, that's offsides on Donald.
Because it looks like Donald came off. I don't know if there's any twitching for the... Nope. Offsides on the defense or encroachment.
Yep, offsides Aaron Donald.
Or neutral zone infraction, whatever they want to call it.
Neutral
Neutral
zone.
zone infraction.
It's the same thing.
One of the three.
Offsides and neutral... Defensive offsides and neutral zone infraction, same thing.
And it will be first...
And goal. At the 6, I would imagine.
I think it was at the 11, so it might be first...
At
Oh,
the
no,
6.
first and 4.
First and
They can
4.
still get a first
Interesting.
down. Which, that... Huh?
I don't know how that came about.
How do you get a 6-yard pit? Oh, because of, No?
Yeah, I don't know how that's 6 yards. That's interesting.
And they... Wow.
And they stop Montgomery on the run there for either a loss of 1 or no gain, depending on where they mark the ball.
They were ready for him that time. And we already down to 9
Reaching
minutes
to
left in the
about, I
second
was
quarter.
about to say 9 minutes left. So you see a great move by the edge rusher here to get around the tackle and get right around and meet Montgomery head on. And Montgomery's not going to win that battle. He's a little bit out of his weight class there. Goff under center, Montgomery to his left, motioning, I believe that's St. Brown across the formation. Hands it off to Montgomery. Montgomery gets up the hole, gets about 2 to about the 3-yard line.
Kind of getting back to the original from first and 4 there. They can still get a first down here, but it's going to be tough with...
Knowing
how close
Dan
it is.
Campbell, this is probably 2-down territory here,
Yeah.
3rd and 3. So, I mean, you're at the opponent's end zone, so even if you don't get it, you're going to pin them deep. So, I wouldn't be surprised to see 2 straight runs here. So, let's see what exactly the Lions want to do. Maybe they do another trick play and they have an offensive lineman catch a ball, but we'll
Hopefully
see.
they report eligible this time.
Montgomery is at the back. St. Brown does a little motion, then goes out to the left.
Run it.
They hand it off to Montgomery, and he gets about 2-yard line to about 2 yards to about the 1-yard line before being absolutely swallowed up by a whole host of Rams.
This is going to be interesting because they're not exactly close enough to go for it.
It's Dan Campbell.
This is fair. Looks like...
They're going for it.
Are they...
They're going
They're
for
telling everyone to quiet down so they can get this play in. I could either see... They might use a timeout.
it. It's
here.
4th and 1. They can still get the first down because
Yeah.
they're at the 2, so they need 1 yard. I think you punch it in. Laporta's the running back. They're motioning everybody out to the right except for Montgomery. Montgomery is the back to the
they
right.
Barely get the play off. And...
It's a throw.
Wow.
End zone for Laporta. Touchdown.
So Sam Laporta, who they didn't know if they'd have tonight...
Until an hour or 2 before the game, gets a touchdown in the back of the end zone, right in front of the field goal post.
And another long drive against this Rams vaunted defense, which...
I'm taking another
Not looking
6
so
minutes and
vaunted.
12 seconds off the clock. 11 plays, 75-yard drive. Just long, sustained drives for this Lions offense. So you got to start thinking to yourself here, you know, the Rams can answer back all they want, but
You gotta
at some point you got to get stops.
And right now, it's really been Detroit to get these stops. The extra point is good.
I mean, again, we're a little lopsided because we had to see how the Rams answer.
Yeah.
If they answer with a touchdown, we've only seen a 4-point deficit between how many times possession. The Lions did start with the ball, so the Rams might be able to make it up by getting balls start
Yeah.
second half. So there's a lot of football left to be played for sure, but we do have to see how each team responds here.
But right now, Goff has looked very well to start this
And
game.
that's the benefit of having a great O-line. For years, Detroit has invested in the O-line, has failed at multiple picks. I know because the Vikings have gotten some of the first-round picks that the Lions have drafted, and they've sucked for us too. And so they finally hit on a lot of their picks and a lot of their trades, and they've got themselves a great O-line, and Jared Goff, he is a very hard man to bring down, not because of his elusiveness or his speed or anything like that, but simply because he has a wall of a line in front of him.
And right now, while going a little bit back to before they went back to commercial, where we are right now, I think it was right before the extra point, they showed Matthew Stafford again trying to get loosened up and throwing the football, but he was still looking at that hand, and I feel like as the adrenaline kicks off while he's off on the sideline, because you think 6 to 7 minutes just off the play clock, that's not always the full amount of time that he's sitting on the sideline. That hand is stinging, that hand is hurting, and adrenaline starts to calm down. We'll have to see how that goes later in the game, where does that hand start becoming an issue where he's not getting as much spin, not as much thrust on that football as he wants. Could be an issue of holding on to the football, where if somebody whacks at that hand, that could be an easy fumble for him. So we'll see what happens. But right now, Detroit, for all of the issues that have been talked about for the past month or two, and nobody really knowing if Detroit would show up in this game, they have come out to play at least to start this game. This summer, Paris 2024, NBC Peacock. And they are talking about how 194 days is the Summer Olympics, and now they are going for the kickoff. And
the ball is traveling through the air, and it hit the
touchback.
ground in the for a touchback. They're jogging and walking. The hand injury, man.
Oh, man.
Ooh.
I'm not,
Right between the pinky and the ring finger.
just so y'all know, I am not someone who likes to see gory things, and that does not look pretty. And you can see Stafford might be saying he's fine, but you can see there's some sting to it. Stafford back in shotgun with Kyrie Williams behind him as the back, and they will be motioning one of the tight ends, and they are throwing it, and that is Puka Nacua already with
looking like
catch,
he's breaking more. Oh,
and
got
down at the
wrapped up
45, wrapped.
and I don't know why he's celebrating. He just gave up a huge pass, but
He didn't get a touchdown. Sometimes that's all you can really.
I just think it's weird when DBs give up or celebrate after making a tackle after the guy already gains 20 yards on you.
When nobody else can stop him, and you're the only guy that can stop him.
Nakua's already at 100 yards this game.
Matthew Stafford going back into shotgun. It looks like he's audibling the play. Only 6.5 minutes left. Rams need an answer on this drive to keep up with Detroit. Need back in.
Loves it deep to the right,
and
just over Higbee, but it looks like it's going to be
hold.
pass interference on Gardner Johnson in
Johnson
coverage.
is shocked.
Number 94 is looking at Stafford. 94 was the one who laid the, or 54. I think 54 laid the hit last time, but it might have. Oh, yeah, that is 54. My bad. So
Holding on the defense.
Yep, Gardner Johnson, the safety, traded from the Eagles last year.
We automatic first down for the Rams.
Yep, holding on to Higbee for a considerable amount of time.
And it's some of those plays where you worry if Detroit's
It's only a
defense,
5-yard penalty, just for a hold,
Yeah.
not a pass interference. So personally, I think that would have been pass interference, but
the ball
either way,
wasn't
it's
out
first
yet.
down. Yeah.
And Matthew Stafford under center, Kyrie Williams in the backfield.
Cooper Kupp in motion. It is a handoff to Williams, who is stopped for no gain. Maybe a
Might
gain
have
of one.
gained like an inch or so, maybe a gain of one if they give him a good spot. Going to be down to under 6 minutes for this next play as the Rams go back to their huddle. Not a lot of drives. a lot of time taking off these clocks between drives, so going to have to wonder in the second half how many chances are each side going to get to really put a stamp on this game. And Matthew Stafford back in shotgun, Kyron Williams behind him in the backfield, and
Cooper Kupp in motion.
Stafford back to pass.
Surveys the field, finds Skronik in the middle of the field for a gain of about 5, I'd say.
Stafford looks a little bit frustrated. I don't know if it's because of the hand or it's just the defense right now is just covering up what he wants to do.
Skronik is one of their depth receivers, so I don't know if he ran the wrong route possibly and he didn't want to check down to him or what that could have been. But I think Stafford was probably angry at one of the plays or how it developed.
And they're sending Kyron Williams.
Motioning Williams up to the left, yep. 5
Stafford,
wide receiver set.
Stafford alone in the backfield, and he will take he will take the snap, back to pass.
Going deep for Robinson, and he can't get it.
Can't get it, it'll be 4th and 5.
Looks like it was holding a little bit on Gardner Johnson, but
I didn't see really any graph, though. And it looked like Robinson was looking for it, but was probably not enough.
Let's see the replay here. You got Robinson lined up in the middle. Geets branch.
There's a bit of
hand. I don't think it's enough to call it. I think they got that right. A little bit of swiping there at the end, but honestly, it just wasn't the best placed ball.
And they will be going for it on
4th and 5. This is big.
4:49 left to go in the second quarter.
This could be a 14-point swing game here if they don't get it.
Kupp back in motion. A little bit of, and they get it.
Kupp gets 6 yards.
I think that is Kupp's first play, and some of the Detroit coaches are a little irate with Gardner Johnson there. I don't think he had the correct coverage, and there was a little bit of miscommunication when Kupp went to motion right at the end of the play clock, and they were not able to communicate the defense effectively.
Tutu Atwell's in the huddle this time. We haven't called his name yet today at all, so we wonder if he's coming in the game, finally gonna get a touch.
Kupp in motion, Stafford audibling.
Changing the play, formation changing.
And shotgun will be down to 3 seconds, 2 seconds, gets the snap off, back to pass. A little bit of pressure.
Throws it to Tutu Atwell. Wow. I just mentioned it.
Touchdown.
Touchdown Tutu Atwell. I am the foreseer of the future. I did it. Sorry, it had to be help the Rams. Sorry, buddy.
And with 4:02 left, it looks like it'll be another 4-point game again. Both offenses just rolling up and down the field. The only difference right now is the Rams being held to a field goal on their first drive, where the Lions have scored a touchdown on every single drive of theirs. But how long can either side really keep it up in the second half?
Yeah.
You're going to start running out of plays. You're going to start
locking
down defense.
Extra point by Maher.
And
Kick is away, and it is
good.
Barely good.
Almost went outside to the right, barely stuck it in there, but it is 21-17 with 4:02 left in the second
Remains a 4-point game. Both teams keep scoring. Other than that one stop by Detroit to force a field goal, it's been every drive has been successful.
Yeah.
Every drive has scored points. So,
but honestly, sometimes scoring a field goal instead of a touchdown is what makes you lose a ball game.
And that very well might be what we see tonight here, Matt. All right, well, now we've got State Farm. Mahomes is sitting down with what appears to be a tough conversation with Coach Reed and Jake from State Farm. But Jake has a smile, and they're announcing that he's going to win. And, Mahomes had MVP under his jacket the whole time. Oh, and he has a poster ready in the back for Most Valuable Bundler. Oh, my goodness, and he's got some confetti in his pocket. Wow, Mahomes was ready for this. Wow. Just like that game yesterday, Mahomes is ready for anything. And, he is the killer of the personal price plan. And now we see another commercial for Applebee's.
Conversation for Applebee's?
Another conversation. You want to have another conversation? How bad do you like Applebee's?
Knowing that basically all of them are closing right now, especially in North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
And the Wake Forest area where all of them
I think I've only been once when I was a kid, and I didn't like it, so...
I love how they can make the food look so good in the advertisement, but it looks nowhere near that there.
That's what I told you.
You said
when we talked about Applebee's last time. I said I love how they can make the food look so good, and you're like, yeah, but I hate it. That's what.
No, but you said that it looks so good. You didn't add the point of.
I didn't add that. Yes, but it's funny because you said verbatim what I said until you added the. But it's not that good there. But now we're seeing.
I'm adding on to the conversation.
Best FedEx delivery person ever.
For
And they put a
delivering
real
rings.
name, a real face to the person. Wow.
Because I'm really going to have FedEx deliver rings at my wedding.
Hey, if you need me to be a FedEx driver and deliver your ring at your wedding, I got you, bro.
I don't know if I'm going to dress up as a FedEx driver for you, but...
No. I got my own stuff going on with my wedding. But if you want it for yours, man, I got you. I've always been the... what's his face? Barney Stinson from How I Met Your Mother, of having the ring bearer or something like that instead of a ring bearer, get an actual bear, something like that to spice things up.
There's another Coke can in my bag. Can you grab it real quick? I'll stay here right now.
I can.
Thank you, sir. Well, while Tyler is grabbing something from my bag. There is the kickoff. It will be into the end zone for another touchback. They're talking about Jim Nance and Tony Romo for some reason. And Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. I'm guessing they were talking about, I think, the games for tomorrow. And San Fran and the Ravens are sitting on their bye right now, just watching all these teams beat each other up, smiling life away. Right now, both quarterbacks.
Right. Goff under center. Montgomery is there. No, Gibbs is the back. Handoff to Gibbs to the left side. Shakes a tackle. Gets the 10-10. Oh, nice. Nice slide at the end there. Picks up a gain of about 12, depending on where they mark him out of bounds. But he definitely got the first down.
Yeah.
Back up to the booth with Chris Collinsworth and Mike Tirico. Tirico's doing some hand motions, but I don't think he understands what he's talking about. So, we'll see. All right, Goff under center again. I think Montgomery is the back this time. Fake it.
No, I think that was good.
No, it was the other Reynolds, I believe. That's a backwards pass. That's a backwards pass, so it's good. Good play by. Can't tell what. Ooh.
Loss of 15.
Nope. Yep.
Wow.
By the second string tight end there.
And that is something that you can.
And that is what an Aaron Donald pressure can do to you.
What are you doing?
And yet, that's a good play by. Is that Brock Wright again? Yep, it's Brock Wright.
To save that, because that could have gone horrible.
But that is so good heads up play by him. But an Aaron Donald pressure leads to a huge loss. And that is what Aaron Donald was hyping his players up about, like, hey, we can do this. We just got to have the right plays happen at the right time. 2nd and 25, certainly the type of time to set some extra pressure, which is exactly what the Rams do here. Goff gets it out to Jahmyr Gibbs. Nice running screen. Gibbs stays on his feet to pick up an extra 5 yards after what would have been a tackle for about a 5-yard gain. Turns it into about 10 or 12. And we're looking at a 3rd and long regardless. But a lot more manageable for a 3rd and 13 versus 3rd and 18.
And right now, do you really want to give this ball back if you're Detroit?
3rd and 15, sorry. He did keep his feet for a good extra amount of yards, though. So Gibbs has been playing good ball tonight. All right. Goff changing the formation, sending St. Brown into motion, going to the right,
2-minute
some 2-minute warning. I was about to say someone called the timeout, then I looked at the clock.
But right now, Jahmyr Gibbs has proven why he was a first-round pick, and he's done it all season, but especially tonight where it really matters. But right now, Detroit a little bit of danger because of that 1st and 10 disaster with the backwards pass, whatever that you want to call it, that desperation throw.
Pass, yeah. Just didn't want to take the sack, and ended up being an even bigger loss. I mean, at that point,
throw it forward.
Goff couldn't have thrown it. There was other rusher coming in, so it was a difficult situation. You might be saying, like, how could he not throw it away? The other rusher was coming in, so Goff really didn't have much to do with that.
And Aaron Donald was sitting right there.
So he had to just make any motion with his arm to get rid of that ball. So
sadly, he was just not turned in the right direction because if the player could have been at least forward and
yeah,
let him that way.
at that state, you almost think you should take the sack, but of course Goff isn't going to think that way. So
And also, when you have Aaron Donald sitting right on you, that's not always the best.
well, he's going to bring you to the
Is that
ground
showing
anyway because he thinks you saw the ball. So now they're showing Bijan Robinson for some reason because
They were showing a bunch of players.
yeah. Oh hey, it's Joe Meal and his dad, famous on TikTok for Gillette Labs.
Have not seen any of them.
They do some good TikToks on there.
That's cool.
So now we're seeing Wendy's for some reason. I still have yet to understand why they're still in business. And that's just my own personal preference. Like when you have Chick-fil-A and Bojangles and with McDonald's being as big as it is, I don't really personally like McDonald's. I don't understand how Wendy's survives when all those three are still.
No, but how is Burger King still alive?
Or Wendy's, yeah, either of those. Like I've never been to Wendy's or Burger King in the past 10 years.
How is Arby's still alive?
I've been to Arby's. Arby's is underrated.
This is fair, but from all of the hate around it, how do we get onto Arby's?
Arby's is good. I hope it does not ever go out of business. I love it. So. Plus, it makes for great memes for what we want as Vikings. Vikings, we have the meats, which is what we need. We need defensive tackles. We need the guys, the big beef up front.
No one has ever said that line ever before.
Yes, it is. It's from Purple for the Win podcast. Shout out to Andy out there, one of the best Vikings podcasters there. All right.
Sorry, ESPN is spoiling the future right now.
Now we've got, Matt can't tell you. I'll tell you what happens. Goff lines up under center. Gibbs is the back, throws over to the left side to St. Brown, and St. Brown goes over and picks up the first down on 3rd and 15, gets about 20 there.
And that is back in Rams territory with a minute 54 left. Detroit still with 3 timeouts, plenty of time. Aaron Donald, they try to run a stunt to get him in the backfield, just does not work. 3 guys sitting there. And great pass by Goff to make up after that 1st and 10 play.
And good job, St. Brown, getting way open on that play as well.
That is not as far.
All right, Goff under center with Gibbs as the back. Hands off to Gibbs to the left. Tries to bounce it outside, but finds no room. Picks out maybe a yard.
Smart play by Gibbs. Just get out of bounds. You're not going to get the yards. Get out of bounds. Live another play. Save some clock. Surprised they aren't being a bit more aggressive right now with a minute 48 left.
Well, the game's close. You want to try and conserve the clock here. Make the Rams use their timeouts, but also try to keep the ball for as long as you have it to be able to kick at least a field goal out of this. The handoff to Gibbs to the left again, but to the middle of the field. Picks up about 4 there before being swarmed by Rams defenders.
But right now, it's been every 3rd down, whatever play. Both sides have been getting what they need and what they want, except on that Rams field goal. So we'll see what happens here.
Stop looking at the ESPN.
I can't. It's right in front of me.
Then minimize it or something. I don't know. Anyway, Goff takes the snap, throws, and incomplete.
Yeah.
I think he was looking for Reynolds on the play.
And there's some people on the Rams sideline yelling for something. I don't know if they were yelling for...
Was it hands to the face somewhere?
No, it was on the Rams sideline.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were yelling for...
yeah, but they're
going for it?
If they want it for it, I don't know. Yeah, the Lions are going for it, 4th and 5. This could be a big change either way this goes.
They got them offsides. Who's it on?
They might have gotten the Rams offsides here. Neutral zone infraction. Nope.
False start.
Nope. They might not go for it now. Crucial mistake by the Lions.
Because I think it might have been one of the offensive linemen
Taylor Decker.
false started and that drew him off.
Yeah.
Let's see.
From what I could see, it didn't look like any of the moves.
What?
That's why it looked like it was the defender.
It looked like
There
it was
must have been the
53
small.
again.
There must have been the smallest twitch.
He must have not gone in the neutral zone to cause that.
They are
And-
attempting a field goal. It looks like,
Or
or no, maybe
punt.
this is a punt. Yep. I was gonna say it didn't seem like they were in field goal range, but he looked like he was a kicker. So
That's weird. I don't know why they called that a false start.
no clue.
Because that should have been 5 yards. Give the Lions 1st and 10. Or at least
Anyway, it's
fourth
4th and 10. Punt coming by the Lions. He gets it up in the air.
First punt all day.
Nice high punt. Called for
Down
a fair
to the
catch, or about the 9-yard line. So the Rams will have 59. Oh, there's a flag.
There's another flag.
Another flag on the play.
And they are talking. This
Dan
looks like it
Campbell
might be on
looks-
the Rams.
Dan Campbell looks pretty heated. I think most likely still the play before, but let's see the blocking
Blocking
here.
the back.
Blocking the back by
Whoa.
the Rams. That's just boneheaded mistake there. It's going to pin him back at the probably 4-yard line. During the return, blindside hit, whatever that guy
Unnecessary
was on the
roughness.
return team.
Personal foul. Tomlinson.
Tomlinson,
The rookie.
another rookie on the Rams team. I mean, again, rookies. I love the fire, but you gotta know when to not make those boneheaded mistakes. You're in the playoffs now. Can't play around here.
Because the guy is already calling for
A fair catch
fair
anyway.
catch. Just
He
let
doesn't.
it go.
He doesn't need your block. So we're now going to commercial. But as I was going to say before, the Rams have about 49 seconds with all their timeouts left to march down the field and potentially make this a 1-point game, or they
down
can
at the
they could go up by
5.
3 if they score a touchdown.
Honestly,
So,
down at the 5. Here's the thing: you don't want to give the Lions the football back, especially with how.
correct, because they have all their timeouts too.
Yeah. So you want a mix of you don't want to make any stupid mistakes, but you also want to play aggressive enough where you keep the Lions on that side of the field. Because honestly, where you get the ball at half, don't make any mistakes where your deficit's any bigger than it already is.
The way I see this, if you run it, you're probably not going to find much success because the Lions have been pretty good at sniffing out those plays, and they can just take a timeout anytime you do that anyway because the Lions also have all their timeouts. You got to air it out. You got to go for the first downs at first, maybe go for the deep play. But right now at the 5, you got to get a first down, maybe 2 more first downs, and then go for that deep play towards the end zone.
I
So
think you go
I'd
for a
maybe
play
go for
action
here.
Nakua or Cup. Because we haven't really seen much of Cup this half.
Yeah. Well, I think Detroit has definitely been done a good job of shutting him down. I think what the play here is, you got to find the open guy. Take what the defense gives you, and at this point, if you're running everybody wide, the chances are somebody's going to be open.
Yeah.
If
No, I
you
think
got
it's
to
one of
give a
those things
50-50
where-
ball to Cup, then do it.
Yeah.
So
Though I think it's one of those things where you scheme it up where you can get Cup or Nakua, where those are your 2 man-beater guys to get downfield against the play action, where you might draw those cornerbacks in to try to stop the run because they probably want to either maybe somehow get a safety or maybe shut them down where you get the ball back with probably 40 seconds left in good territory. But we'll see what happens here on first down, which that will probably decide things. Because I could see Campbell, if they just start kneeling the ball to get out of half, just go with it.
all right, Stafford under center. Kyron Williams to his left, Cup in motion, going out to the right, goes back to the left. Stafford changing up the play call. Motions Higbee. Hands off to Williams. Gets about 6.
See if anybody calls a timeout here or if this is...
No timeouts called yet.
It looks like both sides are just good to take this to the locker room. Rams are happy that it's only a 4-point game. Detroit's happy to go in with how their offense performed this half. Even with that last drive stalling, they moved up and down the field with pretty good ease. I think it just kind of got to them that last drive. A couple mistakes that need to be cleaned up at half on both sides, but mostly both offensive sides have been clicking. It's the defenses that we're going to have to see some real adjustments for. And Stafford back to pass, and they
Cooper
give
Kupp,
it up
first
to
down.
Kupp. Do they go for timeout, or do they just... It looks like they are just ending the half there. And Stafford is running to the locker room with his guys and done for the first half. And with 30 minutes left, Detroit 21, Rams 17. And the Rams will be receiving the second half kickoff. And the reporter is talking to Sean McVay. And the Rams are 4-3 when trailing at halftime. One of two teams with a winning record, which is the Eagles. So they have some experience, but also 4-3. That's basically almost a coin toss of either you get out of it or you don't. And right now, 30 minutes away from being eliminated.
Overall, Sean McVay looked pretty happy that his team has fought back this much and that they're only down by 4, I think, and to get the ball in the second half, I think
Poor Jerry.
he had the chance.
Right now they're showing Jerry Jones and Love right now for the Toyota halftime. And Jerry did not look pleased. There's probably a lot of screaming, a lot of yelling, a lot of things being thrown. If Jerry can even pick up anything bigger than 2 pounds.
So what's funny? What's something funny that we can do, or something cool football related? Do you want to pick up a list of quarterbacks and see who's better than who, or spin a wheel and see what team does something? I don't know. What activity can we do during halftime?
Okay, here's what we're gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm asking Matt because Matt typically likes to text me during work hours and ask me what I believe are better quarterbacks, and I end up not texting him back until I get a lunch break or something of that nature, and then I tell him.
Hold on, I'm working on this.
I'll leave him on red for a while, usually.
Bruh. That's weird.
Well, I'm working. I got to work.
Okay. Give me 1 to 66.
The number?
Yes.
38. Come on, you did. That's my number.
Okay, your quarterback, Tyler Huntley. What do you like to re-roll?
Is that a random generator, or are you just going down the list of starting quarterbacks? So I got the
give me 1 to 36.
The 6 backup. Is this rated or is it just team?
This is rated.
So I want number
Right.
1.
Well, not good. Like, it's supposed to be of who you would take. Okay, you're getting Sam Howell.
I'm confused.
You're getting Sam Howell.
Oh, is this in yardage?
No, this is people ranking the quarterbacks. I'm going to give you a quarterback. I want you to say, would you rather have Sam Howell or would you rather have the other quarterback?
Okay.
You did this to yourself.
Well, Tyler Huntley, there's a lot of people I'd rather have than Tyler Huntley.
Exactly. Derek Carr.
I'd rather have Sam Howell.
Geno
Sadly,
Smith.
I believe Derek Carr is a great quarterback, but he needs the right system.
Geno Smith.
I'd rather have Howell.
Gardner Minshew.
Gardner Minshew.
Mason Rudolph.
I think Mason Rudolph's also a product of the system. I might take Howell there.
The Red Rifle.
Howell. Again, I'm looking at upside. Howell is in a bad situation in Washington. I really don't think he's been given that much of a chance. He's got Scary Terry, but that's about it.
Browning.
So, Howell. Browning, he looked terrible towards the end.
Your quarterback, Josh Dobbs.
Well, I'd definitely rather have Howell.
Garoppolo.
Howell.
Ritter.
Take Ritter, actually.
Levis.
Levis.
Pickett. Young.
See, that's another quarterback who's not had a good situation, but what I've seen from Howell has been a lot better than Young, so I'll take Howell.
Tyrod Taylor.
I'll take Tyrod. I think he's got a good year or two left.
Huntley.
I take Howell.
Wentz.
Take Wentz. Wentz is very underrated.
Darnold.
Yeah, I take Howell.
Gabbert.
Howell. I don't remember who that is.
Blaine Gabbert.
I know his name, but I don't know who he plays for.
Chiefs.
Oh, he's okay. Yeah.
Mac Jones.
Howell.
Daniel Jones.
Howell.
Ryan Tannehill.
Howell.
Case Keenum.
Oh, I love me some Case Keenum, but I think he's too old now. So Howell.
Aiden O'Connell.
Howell.
Easton Stick.
Ooh, that's a good one. But then again, another good situation in Chargers. I think Sam Howell can do what Easton Stick did with the Chargers' weapons. So I think Howell.
Easton Stick is rated as number 47. Just Zach Wilson.
Yeah, I'd have to go Howell because Zach Wilson has all the weapons too and he can't get it done.
DeVito.
Who? He came in and did really well with that Giants team, and they really don't have anybody on there either.
It was basically the Tebow mania where he was good for like 2 games and then completely collapsed.
I gotta go Howell.
Drew Lock.
I don't know if that's Tebow mania or not. He beat the Eagles, so I'm gonna go with Howell because I've seen him do more.
Bailey Zappi.
Zappy. Give me Zapp. He's with the Patriots' weapons, which is basically nothing. He's done a phenomenal job.
Heineke.
Another former Viking. That's tough. I think Howell has more upside. He's younger, and again, get him in a different system.
Stidham.
Yeah, Howell.
Mullins.
Howell.
Trubisky.
Howell.
Dorian Thompson-Robinson.
Howell. DTR needs more time to develop.
Jaron Hall.
Howell, because I don't have... So Jaron Hall, the whole thing, we wanted him to start in a non-primetime game, like on the road against the Bengals, but he waited till the Packers game, so of course we saw a dud, but like it's primetime, must-win game. You don't want your rookie starting that game for the first time ever, like except for the Atlanta game when he got concussed. So it's all misjudged, but from what I've seen, you got to go on with what you see.
Tim Boyle.
How?
Lamar Jackson.
Ooh, that's tough. I mean, both these quarterbacks are basically the same. Yeah, obviously Lamar. He's probably the best quarterback in the league right now.
Purdy.
Howell.
That's crazy.
No, dude, put Howell on the 49ers offense. I think Howell does the job a ton better.
20 picks.
20 picks?
20 picks.
Is that what Howell has with the Commanders?
No, that's what he would have with the 49ers.
What does he have with Commanders? Look up how many interceptions he has this year.
Let me finish this.
I'll look up how many he has right now.
Dak Prescott.
I bet he doesn't even have 20 with the Commanders. And that's with the Commanders roster.
Oh, he didn't even play all season.
Still, we'll see. Let's see, where's his total? Okay, he did 21 and 21 even for this year. So never mind. But he did lead the league. He did lead the league in yards before he got hurt. But no, I mean, that's again with Washington. What does Washington have? Again, Scary Terry. You got a decent running game, but your O-line is not the best. You gave away your defense.
Your wide receivers are scared of your offensive coordinator.
Exactly. So again, put him in the 49ers, which is a completely different situation where you have everything you need.
So why did y'all all watch the Dolphins-Chiefs game last night? Most streamed playoff game in history? Because now they're just going to do it more.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Well, because it was streamed, that's probably why. Because they couldn't get it anywhere else, and they had to go, and it sucked. So
I'm just waiting for them to stream the playoffs or the Super Bowl.
If they do that, I think America riots. You have to put the Super Bowl on national TV. There's no way you don't do that. You have to reach every audience you can.
Okay, Dak Prescott.
Dak.
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen.
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts.
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes.
Joe Burrow.
I've got Joe Burrow. It depends. Well, no. Do we have Joe Burrow this season where he's hurt, or do we have Joe Burrow when he's healthy?
Joe Flacco.
Flacco's done. Give me Howell.
Rodgers.
Cousins.
Stafford.
Stafford.
Stroud.
Richardson.
Love.
Fields.
Goff.
Mayfield.
Tua.
Justin.
Herbert.
I was gonna say you can't just say Justin. What, Justin Jefferson? I think Justin Jefferson would be better than Sam Howell. I don't know. But no, yeah, Justin Herbert.
Trevor.
Yeah.
Deshaun.
Mm-hmm.
Kyler.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That was an interesting game. We might want to try something else than that.
Yeah,
But no, I firmly believe that any quarterback in the 49ers system can succeed.
Okay, Tyler, it's time.
What is this?
It is time for you to go to jail.
What?
I don't know. I'm looking for something real quick. Okay. MVP of the 2023-2024 season.
Who do I think it should be?
Yes.
Christian McCaffrey. But it's going to be Lamar Jackson.
Comeback player of the year.
See, Flacco didn't get the playoff win, but...
Right now, the favorites are Hamlin, Flacco, Mayfield.
If Mayfield wins tomorrow, it'll be Mayfield. If not, it's Hamlin.
Offensive player of the year.
Offensive player of the year?
Yes.
Well, then that'll be whoever doesn't win MVP between Lamar and CMC.
Right now, it's CMC, Tyreek Hill, CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, I think it's got to be.
Defensive player of the year.
I think that's got to go to TJ Watt.
Favorite right now is Myles Garrett.
BS.
Rookie of the year, or offensive rookie of the year.
Stroud.
He's the favorite. Defensive rookie of the year.
Probably Spoon.
Not even the top three for favorite. Jalen Carter's the favorite right now.
Hey, that's the other guy I mentioned during our podcast.
Coach of the year.
D'Amico Ryans.
Stefanski is number one favorite. D'Amico Ryans is second.
I wonder if that's updated after yesterday.
And then it's Shane Steichen, Dan Campbell, John Harbaugh, Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah. Looks like we might be getting back in the second half. Maybe. We're just showing the replay, but
yeah.
I don't know.
But hopefully we're back to finish this game up. It's been a long day, fellas. These 8 o'clock games, man, they suck.
I mean, to be fair, though, we were talking about this while getting dinner. We were saying at the rate the other 3 games have gone, this game we might not even stream the whole game. But we have definitely chosen the best of the 4 games,
yeah,
in our opinion, in terms of close game, great play by both teams. Like,
probably my number 2 game would be the Browns-Texans game, because that was close for like a quarter.
But it's only a quarter. We want a whole game of football to stream. This is the
Dolphins.
And Puka
Chiefs
Nacua
game
just
was
second most
boring.
by a rookie in a first half in a postseason game.
But the Chiefs-Dolphins game was nothing.
Ooh, second postseason game. 3 rookies scored a TD in first half.
Sheesh. Probably my number 3 for the game so far would be Packers-Cowboys, just because watching the Cowboys get absolutely murdered on live TV is hilarious. And seeing Jerry Jones throw an absolute fit. And here we go with the Lions going for the kickoff. I'm going to say Packers for no reason. Fox is back to kick. He looks ready to kick. There's not much to say on a kickoff.
81 looks ready to return.
Which this will probably be another touchback.
If needed. And
That
it
was
will
correct.
be a touchback. And he's ready to put his arms out like a bird. Will he take flight? No, he will not.
And they are asking Dan Campbell questions during the half or whatever when this is. Detroit is 11-2 when leading at halftime this year. Always a great stat.
Dan Campbell's got a nice gold ring on his left hand. love to see that.
He looks emotional, so
Oh,
I
Dan,
bet
man.
he's giving a really emotional speech.
He's a real emotional guy, and he really is.
Okay,
invested
Matthew
in
Stafford back in shotgun. Williams back in. Is the lone back?
Stafford drops
Jefferson
back to pass.
and
throws
long pass
complete
to Robinson for 14 yards. Good start for the Rams to begin this half. That was unneeded, but okay.
I'm just clapping. We haven't clapped at all, other than that. That was fake clapping.
Yeah.
So.
And Dan Campbell has tied the most wins in a season in team history of 12-5 this year. And
He could break it with a win here tonight.
Stafford is under center. With some motion, does not hand it off, fakes the handoff, almost takes a sack, but
Takes
then
a
gets it
shot.
off and just
Hits
throws
one
it
of
down.
the Detroit players on the sideline. What a catch!
And honestly, that player was wide open. I think it was Kupp on the sideline that was wide open that they're showing. Hutchinson just forces Stafford out of the pocket, and I don't think he can get his feet set in time to get this pass off. Just is forced to throw it early, and I don't think Kupp was ready for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just
Kupp was going to
just
run
floats
out
over his head.
He,
There was
he
nothing.
runs the out and doesn't finish it going up. So
And that pass was still like a couple feet in the air above him. It just did not, just not enough air under that football to really zip it into him. And Thing Nakua's in motion. Stafford back to pass again and
Fakes
sacks.
sacked for a 1 yard loss after trying to run out of it.
I thought he tossed it, shook out the cameraman as well, but he brought it back in. I think he was worried of it getting batted down or picked, and he tries to run for it and just gets sacked for third down. Holding his ribs and hand. I don't know which one we're trying to hold.
There's Alex Anzalone, the blonde-haired linebacker.
Dan Campbell watching his defense, hoping they can get a great stop to start this half to...
3rd and 11, big play for the Rams. They need to get a first down here to hopefully take the lead if they want to keep their chances alive.
Matthew brings him back in, and Stafford is forced to use a timeout. They did not get the play set and ready to go.
You have to wonder without the volume, is the crowd in Detroit getting too loud for the Rams?
And McVay is looking a little frustrated there. You did not want to use a timeout when you are down, especially early in a half.
Oh, and there goes Mike Tirico moving his hands again.
And then there's Collinsworth.
Also moving his hands.
He's doing different things with his hands. I don't know what he's trying to say.
He's
but
gesturing about stuff.
5, 1, 4. What I don't know what he's trying to say right now. This is just whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to actually watch the game, not these two talk. I'm sorry.
And Tirico's just nodding his head along. I will say, good job on matching the tie with your handkerchief, though, Tirico. That's a good look.
Oh, Detroit wants to win. That is the exciting stuff they have to say right now.
I would not have guessed that.
Wow.
Stafford drops back to pass, throws it up.
And
double
just
coverage from
blanketed.
Tutu Atwell.
I am surprised.
There might be no
No?
flag there.
That's surprising.
That looked like that had the potential to be a flag.
And McVay is shouting at the official. I think it was just they were blanketed and it just
Yeah.
Huh?
They both combined to stop him. So could you really call it on one player?
I think it was also just because it was short. He didn't even try to fight for the ball because it was underthrown.
I don't think he could see the ball.
No.
So
they are
high
coming
snap.
for this. Ooh, wow! They
high
almost
snap.
got to the
barely
punt.
gets it. Oh.
And into the end zone, and it will come out to the 20 for Detroit. And a great stop to start this half for Detroit's defense, where they were not able to get really any stops in the first half other than a field goal stop.
And now I get to get back to calling plays. Don't know why I did that voice.
Yeah, I don't know what you're doing.
I'm being silly.
Sure, bud.
What, you don't think I'm being silly?
You're being crazy is more like it.
Same thing. Told you, he's a dog.
They have no clue what you're talking about right now. You just said he's a dog.
Yep. Taylor Decker, that lineman for the Lions, he's a dog. Yep.
Or just chilling.
It's rare for a cat to let you give him belly rubs, and I'm giving my cat belly rubs, and he's loving it.
Bro, just chilling right now. Man is living life.
Oh, we're back.
Just kind of showing the the Lions O-line now just getting some good blocks.
All right, Goff under center. Gibbs is the back, I believe.
And bounces off a
No, it's
tackle.
Montgomery, I think, actually, and it gets about 3 to the right. It is Montgomery. All right. Motions Laporta or right. I think it's right, yep. And then throws.
And he drops it.
Little underthrown for Josh Reynolds, rather. I keep mixing them up because Craig Reynolds is one of their backup running backs. But yeah, look. I mean, if you look at this ball, it's a little underthrown. Craig Reynolds tries to get a hand on it.
Should have caught that, though. That's one you got to catch. Never mind. It was a little bit in front.
All right, 3rd and 6. Can the Rams force a stop now? Goff back to pass, lobs it up for St. Brown. Step on the man, jukes out one defender, and gets taken down by the second one.
And back in Rams territory, I believe.
Nice gain of about 30 there in a catch and run.
And Stafford looking a little bit frustrated that his defense that he thought he could trust is just getting bombed right now. Kind of wondering where was this Lions team when he was still there.
Mm-hmm.
They probably thinking.
Goff under center. I think Gibbs is the back now, but it could be Montgomery. It is Gibbs. Gibbs shakes off one, gets about 2 yards there.
3 yards.
Gibbs goes out. Montgomery comes in. 2nd and 9. He got 1 yard.
Really?
All right, Goff under center. Montgomery to his left. Passes over the middle. St. Brown wide open.
Again.
Down to
St.
about
Brown,
the 28.
St. Brown finally having some effect on the game and showing off on this drive, just getting wide open on this slant play. Rams just caught flat-footed and easy pitch and catch and then just run for a good amount of yards.
All right, handoff,
Hey,
inside handoff
nope.
to Gibbs, and that's going to go for a loss of 4.
Maybe 5. Not where you wanted to go if you were Detroit right
The
now.
Rams were ready for that. No doubt about it. They're calling out Roseboom as the guy who recognizes the play and blows it up, gets out to tackle Jahmyr Gibbs. Great play by number 56.
He was the same one to go take it down, so good job by that defense to string out the play. And
All right, Goff with Jamison Williams in motion. I believe Jahmyr Gibbs is still the back to the left. It actually is Montgomery, my mistake.
nope.
And he is sacked.
And this drive is going horribly for how it started. And
We're
it'll be
looking at a
third and
pretty long. 21. They've completed longer, I think, right? They're the 3rd and 25, or was it a
I'm
3rd and
not sure.
15, something like that?
I think at this point you just try to get some yards, get back in field goal range to make it possible.
Yeah.
Just unable to get away from the pressure.
2 sacks by both teams tonight. All right, Goff trying to avoid pressure, slings it out, dump off to Laporta, who picks up a couple yards, but
Nowhere
all
close.
in all, nowhere close to the first down. Probably not even close enough to field goal range as he's pushed out of bounds around the 40. You got to think that Detroit's best hope is to pin him deep here.
Looks like they are going for the field goal. And he is 43% on 50-plus yard field goals. I don't think this is the guy you're looking for to kick your going
54
field
yards.
goals.
Okay, it's not as long as I thought, so it is makeable.
And that's
Down the middle.
Good.
Good kick. Field goal's good. 7-point game. The Rams can tie it up.
But good drive for the Lions to get some more points on the board. Good drive for the Rams to stop the bleeding right now on both sides. Offensive units starting to basically get stopped right now.
These commercials are funny. I just don't want to say anything about them. Just the family's telling the dad that they don't want to use the tired and old phone. They want the new Galaxy S23 Plus. Letting him know that he can trade it in. And the dad says an emotional goodbye to the phone. Probably best that you guys can't see it. A man's relationship between he and his phone is very important. New Law and Order streaming on Peacock. Dealer No Deal Island, February 26th. There's a snake in the box. Will they press the button? Will they strike a deal? Find out on that show. And now another Chicago Wednesday. And a Law and Order Thursday. Exclusively on Peacock. The Ambassador Bridge in Detroit.
That was the bridge you were seeing.
It's the one we've
earlier.
been watching earlier with the Walmart trucks. And now we've got Matt on to give some lovely commentary for the Rams offense here.
And again, another touchback. Like we haven't seen 8 of those tonight. Stafford coming back out. They're showing some key plays right now that I'm trying to see what they're trying to show. Just of Detroit defenders getting absolutely bombed like nobody's business.
Stafford carving up that defense like it's a turkey.
And it's not even Thanksgiving. All right, Stafford back in shotgun, handing it off to Kyrie Williams, and he is 5 yards, and it'll be 2nd and 5. Kyrie a little slow to get up, but he's able to get up. 8:30 left in the third quarter, and will be probably 2nd and 5 for the Rams.
I really wish we had a character like Wildflower Turquoise. That would really help bring some energy into this game right now.
2nd and 5. Stafford under center and fakes the handoff and will set up a screen pass, and he is with a lot of
chew
room.
up the yards. And he's wrestled down at the 46-yard line.
Probably around the 47.
Nice quick pitch and catch and run by the backup running back, number 20. Lions looking on screen like, man, wish our defense could get a stop. Rivers is the backup's running back's name. Haven't called his name tonight. Certainly made a play there. Fresh set of downs for the Rams. Rivers still in.
And Stafford audibles again, goes back to shotgun with, I believe, I can't tell if that's
motion.
Nakua in motion.
Rivers is still the back.
Rivers
checks it down to Nakua, and Nakua reaches out to get about 9 yards there.
Almost gets the first down, but is not able to get all the way there. Will be 2nd and 1 at Detroit's 44.
And there you go. You see Tutu Atwell still in the lineup. Got that call on the touchdown. Haven't really seen him much since. Will they call his number up again soon? Because I just mentioned him, you have to think they might. Cooper Kupp in motion.
Handoff, and it will get a first down and more inside the 40.
Still
Rivers
the backup
again.
Rivers. You have to think, did Kyron Williams go out?
We saw him a little slow to get up after a previous play, so wonder if that is part of the problem.
Oh my goodness, Puka Nakua is a Pokemon. For those of you who can't see the stream, or the
screen,
not the podcast, the actual football game, they're treating Puka Nakua as multiple Pokemon cards for how many different records he's broken. So he's an electric type with how many yards he's gotten, and a water type with a certain number of things. It's been very interesting. That's what was happening.
Yeah.
What do you want me to say?
I don't know.
I'm illustrating what's on the screen.
And Kupp is tossed out of the sideline, and the Rams players were hoping for a flag. I don't think they got one. Showing the previous play of Nakua, did he tweak his hamstring a little? He went out and held his thigh. I'm not sure. He's running out, jogging out of the huddle, so hopefully he's okay. Even though he's a Rams player, he's a really good player, and I hate to see him injured, especially in his first postseason action. And
nice hit to backup tight end. No, I don't think that's Higby. I think it's the backup. Yep, it's the backup. What's his name? Forgot. I don't know. I can't see. Allen. Yep. Backup tight end. Allen.
Davis Allen.
Nice run after the catch. He probably learned that from Higby. Higby's a good tight end to learn under.
And to the 11 inside the red zone. Stafford under center with Nakua in motion. Fakes the handoff. Rolling out to the right. Stafford will just throw it away. Tried to go for Robinson, but Robinson was covered and Stafford was running out of room.
And there's
a flag. See what the flag is on.
Hold everything.
Be interesting.
Dan Campbell's looking on with the referee.
The referee's like, what are we calling? What's going on? And
He's talking.
no,
He's talking.
looks like there is no flag. No foul on the play for illegally down the field on the pass. The linemen were all legal. So it looks like there was one or two linemen that were down the field but were legal to catch the pass. Stafford back in shotgun on 2nd and 10 with 4:17 left in the third. At the 11-yard line. Stafford back in shotgun. I don't know if that's Williams or Rivers to the back. I can't see the number.
It's Rivers.
Gives it off to Nakua. And he is strung out, loss of 1 to 2
And
on the play.
that's a big hit he took at the end. He's holding his head. Hopefully he's okay. Jogging off the field. Back into the huddle, it seems. But he took a nasty hit at the end of that play. I wouldn't be surprised if they yank him out for a concussion check. Showing the replay right here. You'll see the other guy come in and knock him.
Yeah.
And luckily, it didn't look like it was helmet to helmet, but he definitely got a good back to him.
He got a shoulder to the head, and that was a fumble.
So,
though I'm guessing it had gone out of bounds. So
okay, Nakua's still in, so they're not yanking him this play.
And Stafford sends Rivers to his left, and
Caught on the run, Cooper Kupp inside the 10.
but that will be 4th and probably around 8 to 9. Not a lot there on that pass, so I'm guessing the Rams will be going for another field goal. And Stafford is holding his hand in agony right now.
His hand is hurting. Possibly his ribs, but you got to believe it's that hand from that injury.
I don't know if he took another shot.
Let's see what happens. Did he hit? Oh, he took another hit. Oh, and then his hand got hit again. Hutchinson wraps him up, and then another lineman comes in. Oh, and he someone steps on his shoulder, too. Ooh.
I am surprised there was no roughing the passer that play. He was put through some
And he is being helped into the blue medical tent as we speak.
Now I'm wondering if there's any internal stuff there with how bad he...
With his shoulder getting stepped on, or maybe his arm. I don't know if it was covered by the shoulder pads or not.
I don't even know where we get in. The field goal is good. It will be 24-20 Rams with 2:33 left to go in the third. Rams are able to answer the field goal with their own, but
and
Stafford is in the blue tent, and that may be the end of the Rams season right there if Stafford is unable to continue. He is in serious pain. He is gritting his teeth as he was going out the sideline as they show in the replay.
Then we get to see what would happen when Carson Wentz is in the playoffs.
Probably nothing good.
He's your backup. So
we saw Matthew Stafford lead the Rams to a comeback win last week against the 49ers, but that was against their 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 8th strings for the 49ers. So this is a different ball game. This is the playoffs.
I mean, the 8th string guys are still pretty good, but I mean, I wouldn't want to get too far out of there.
Yeah.
So once you get to the 12th string, you're really talking about some bad guys. So.
But it's especially the 49ers weren't really playing for anything.
Exactly.
This ain't Detroit, man. This is the Super Bowl.
We'll talk about practice.
You could take a knee and get a field goal. This ain't Detroit, man. This the Super Bowl. But we will give you updates if we hear or see anything about Matthew Stafford. But right now, I would believe unless something happens in that medical tent where he's able to pass all the checks. Because right now I don't know if this is about toughness. This is about if he's seriously hurt and if there's anything internal. Because he was holding his side like... I would not want to know what type of pain he's feeling right now because you could see the pain on his face clearly, and that could be it for his day and probably for the season. especially for the Rams right now if they are unable to, one, stop the Lions because they are still in a deficit. This isn't a you have the lead and you do whatever you can to hold on. You still need to get back in this game with a lead to do anything to continue your season. So we'll see what happens this Lions next drive, and this next Rams possession is going to be interesting. And I don't believe that Lions would want to hurt him, but if I am Dan Campbell and that defensive coordinator, I'm sending some pressure the next few drives to Stafford's out there to see how actually mentally and physically tough Stafford can be in this game. We've seen Stafford go through a broken collarbone to throw a winning touchdown pass on a game, but several years ago, a lot younger. Let's see what happens. But here comes the Rams with the kickoff, and Tyler back with the Detroit breakdown of their possession.
All right, Stafford's they're showing the replay of him being escorted to the medical tent. At this time, we still have no word of what's going on with Stafford. They're showing a replay of the hits here. Still looks bad. And it's 54 again, the same guy who hurt his hand earlier this game. And this is what I was saying earlier. You weren't believing me. Detroit plays dirty sometimes. I mean, a lot of their stuff is legal, but they do a lot of stuff dirty. So Goff back takes the snap, throws it to St. Brown, wide open. First down, 10 yards.
And it looks like Carson Wentz has the tablet right now with the football. It looks like they are probably going to be putting Carson Wentz in the game.
At least for the right now, because they've got to make sure they got somebody set to go.
But it looks like they are setting up Carson Wentz to come back in. So I don't know what that means for Stafford right now.
But I have to say they could still be.
Yeah, I know.
So. Anyway, Jahmyr Gibbs run for about 2 yards there before getting swallowed up and pushed back. Aaron Donald replays this two QB pressures on 21 pass rushes tonight.
He's been effective at some points, especially on the one backwards pass. Mm-hmm. But other than that, Detroit has done a good job at least stabilizing him.
Putting 3 guys on him at sometimes. So you got to look to one of the other Rams pass rushers to get home. St. Brown in motion. Goff calling an audible, checking to make sure everyone's set. Takes the handoff, gives it to Gibbs, and Gibbs gets another yard or 2 on the play.
So it'll probably be 3rd and 6. It's going to be a crucial 3rd down for Detroit if they want to keep this drive going to extend their lead.
Stafford's back out with his helmet on.
Looks like he's trying to get warmed back up. And he's throwing the football.
He looks good to me.
He's
grimacing in pain. But
he threw a pass and then he instantly grimaced. So.
Knowing Stafford, he's going to fight till he can't make those throws anymore. So, Goff got tripped up. That's a sack. Almost avoids the pressure and gets out of it, but kept
it's almost like Stafford earlier, where he just stumbles over himself and.
Well, that time I think at least this time he's trying to avoid some pressure. He's not just backing up. So, but
it looks like he may have gotten tripped by somebody.
He's feeling the pass rush here.
53 comes.
Sewell. No, 68. Who's 68?
No, 53 on the right side was.
Maybe. Yeah.
It's 4th and 7, and it will be going to the 4th quarter. So with 15 minutes left, Detroit 24, Rams 20.
Mm-hmm.
We are still a far long way from this game being over.
Still 0. Yeah. You want to just keep it on?
Yeah, might as well.
Side? Okay. No, I mean keep the game on there.
Or you just want
to...
Up to you.
if there's nobody watching, why would they go back and watch it?
We ended up.
Hmm?
We ended up.
I think it's probably better.
You want to say goodbye?
All right. Well, I think we're gonna call it there. End of the third quarter. No, it's a close game, but we're getting late here. Unfortunately, I still have to work tomorrow, even though it's MLK Day. So, we will catch up with you guys later this week, but most likely Tuesday or Wednesday. So, we will see you guys there with updated playoff results, implications, and updated matchups and who we think is going to win.
Peace.